All right, everybody, it's the Ebony Star Network, sponsored by the E Nation. I was having a good conversation over a Conscious Moron channel, and we got into a thing about what's right and wrong. But then we wandered over into something called a committed relationship. And the person I was talking to seemed to think that it's okay to cheat on your woman, even in a committed relationship. So I made the suggestion that if you're doing that, then you never loved her in the first place. I'm about to back up what I'm talking about. It's Gangsta Talk coming up right now. All right, Dane, let's do it. All right, all right. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to this late edition of Gangsta Talk. Word on by conversation. I was having over in a Conscious Moron channel. Shout out to Conscious Moron, good brother over there. Go over there and check him out, y'all. Doing his thing. There's a little bias over there, but it's cool. I'm used to it. A lot of cats don't jive with me, but that's cool. But very very interesting conversation. We got into a little bit of what how to argue with me, right? And because I also believe in right is right and wrong is wrong. When somebody does something to you and you do something back to them and the punishment don't fit the crime, I'm going to call you wrong. So we talked about two cases where a man was cheated on by his wife and he mutilated her. Okay, he cut out her vagina and her breasts and all that stuff. You see what I'm saying? That's overkill for somebody who's cheating on you. And then there was a sister who was cheated on, and she poured sulfuric acid in the man's face while he was sleeping. And he died in agony and all that. And so these are things that I felt that was wrong. So we had a little pushback against that. But then we wandered over into another part of the conversation, which we're going to get ready to talk about now. Committed relationships. Okay. Apparently, a boy was telling me that a man could be in a committed relationship with a woman and still cheat on her because he cares about her. Okay. I don't subscribe to any of that because to me, that's nothing but pimp thinking. That's pimp logic. See, these pimps don't care nothing about relationships. They don't care nothing about holding anything sacred. They don't care nothing about a union between a man and a woman. They want as many women as possible. They want to be able to, float around and have sex with whoever they want, regardless of who they're committed to. And believe it or not, there's a lot of guys who jive with that, right? I was on a panel full of them tonight. Nobody was on my side. Okay, so I was the only one with my argument. Hold on one second. I'm drinking some green tea. So I'm the only one up there talking about, hey, if you are in a committed relationship with a woman, then that means that you love that woman. Why would you commit to a woman that you don't love? That doesn't make any sense. Okay? You don't commit to a woman that you don't love. And if you are committed to her in a relationship and you are in fact cheating on her, then you don't love her. So he was telling me, well, no, that's different, man. I do love her. Okay? Man can love two women. Well, look, let me tell you something. Again, that's pimp logic. These pimps keep throwing that BS around about men can love two women and men can do all this with women or whatever. My thing is this here. If you are in a committed relationship with a woman, then that means that you are telling that woman that you love her, you're going to be there for her, you're going to do right by her. That's what you're committed to. You're not telling the woman that, look, you know what? I'm going to love you sometime, and sometime I'm going to sleep with other women. That's not what that means. When you're in a committed relationship, it doesn't mean that, hey, baby, I'm going to love you sometime, but sometime when I feel like a nut, you understand what I'm saying? I'm going to mess with another woman because I love her too. How you think that sounds to the woman that you're in a committed relationship with? You think she's going to be okay with that? Because listen, if there's nothing wrong with it, right, then she wouldn't have a problem with it. Now, would she? They drop the gangster link. She wouldn't have a problem with it, right? If you go and tell the woman that you're in a committed relationship with, okay, baby, listen, I love you, but I also love other women, and at times I'm going to sleep with them too. You're in a committed relationship. So if that's what the case is, you don't love that woman. You can't commit to a relationship with a woman, okay, and then go out and be unfaithful to her, talking about you loving her. It don't work that way. Okay? Now, the other situation is Again, all this pimp logic, right? Well, men sleep around, men cheat. Well, to me, that's a weak-minded concept. You see, cats who are weak and not in control, have no self-control, they're the ones running around here talking about, well, men cheat. It's okay for men to cheat. Men can love more than one woman. That's a weak mentality. That's that pimp logic. And guys who got that kind of weak mentality are the ones who are unfit to be in committed relationships with women. Now, they don't like what I'm saying because what I'm saying is real. They want to be able to have their cake and eat it too. And because they're talking to another man, I'm not feeling it like that because I believe that that's weak. You don't want to exercise self-control. Don't spread that weakness to other men. Don't sit up here and say to other men that it's okay to go out and cheat and men sleep with other women. That's not the case. That's what you're doing. You're the one that has that weak mentality. You're the one that's unfit to be in a relationship with a woman. Don't spread that to other men. That's that weak, backwards ass street pimp logic. You understand? If you are committing to a woman in a relationship, then you need to be faithful to her and you need to be loyal to her. That is it. There ain't nothing else going on. I don't even know what y'all talking about. The conversation that this dude was having with me was utterly ridiculous. Like, dude, what are you even talking about? Well, men can love two women, men cheat. Okay, that's the kind of rhetoric that comes from a weak loser that don't really have respect for the woman that he committed to. And as a matter of fact, he don't love the woman he committed to. He basically told her a lie just so he can sleep with her. So if a man commits to you, ladies, and he turns around and cheats on you, he never loved you in the first place. He lied to you up front and only committed to you so he can sleep with you. And that's what it is. And so these cats want to go at it with me. You can come at me all you want. You're not going to win. My argument is sound. So if you're the you listening, you can jump on the link here and try your luck. But I warn you now, you're going to get beat. Okay, so because there's no such thing as you loving a woman that you're committed to and you cheating on her. That don't make any damn sense. You don't love that woman because if you did, you wouldn't be unfaithful to her. What are you talking about? Some men go out and cheat. What are you talking about? You can love more than one woman. Well, if you can love more than one woman, then what are you committing to them for then? You don't commit to a woman and tell another and then tell her, look, I love more than one woman. I can love more than one woman because I'm a man. We can have sex without any feelings whatsoever. So what does she need to be with you for then? She's looking for a committed man to be in a relationship with a man that's going to handle up, man that's going to take care of business. Now, this dude going to tell me, well, he can still cheat on her and put his life on the line for it. Probably could. And you probably feel that that's something he has to do because he was unfaithful to her. That's kind of more like, kissing up the makeup, right? Man, this could teach something else. So my whole thing is this here. Don't put yourself in that predicament. Now, I'm not saying don't protect your woman. What I'm saying is don't be lying to a woman, telling her that you love her by committing to her and then going out and cheating on her. It just don't work that way. Now, dude said, well, you know what, man? That's your definition of love. No. It ain't my definition. I didn't write the definition of love. I had nothing to do with the words in the dictionary. Okay? But I know what love is, and I know it ain't committing to a woman in a relationship and then turning around and cheating on her. That's not love. If that's what you call love, then you're unfit to be in a relationship. You should just stay single and leave those women alone. Stay single. and just have dates with casual sex with no strings attached. To say, hey, babe, I don't want a relationship. I don't want to commit a relationship. But don't tell me that it's love when you're hurting your woman. Because when you go out and commit infidelity, that hurts her. That breaks her heart. So if you're doing that to her, how in the world do you love her? Explain that to me. And I understand, listen, I understand when I go places, right? I'm hated. I didn't expect anybody to be on my side. I'm used to defending myself against a crowd of dudes that don't agree with me. Okay. And apparently, anyway, the argument was weak. All right. All this pimp shit about sleeping with other women and a man can have sex without feelings and all that. That's all pimp shit. That ain't got anything to do with no damn relationship. Pimps don't care nothing about relationships. A lot of these guys are involved in pimp culture. They're involved heavy in pimp culture. And they tried to bring that culture, that rotten culture, that poisonous culture over into a wholesome relationship with a woman that they say they're in love with, that they supposedly committed to. Now, I don't know how the hell you commit to a woman that you don't love. Apparently, dude is on some, well, I can't commit to her and still love her and go out and cheat on her. Really? Where they do that at? What planet they doing that at? And what woman is going to let you do that? Dame, are you still alive over there? Or, you know, went to sleep?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
What do you think about that? What I'm saying? You got being committed to a woman and still going out and cheating on her. Is that loving her?
No, no, it's not loving her. I don't know where to get this twisted logic. That is okay. You know,
Now, what do you
you,
think about
mhm.
the guy saying, well, the man can have sex with a woman with no feeling, men cheat? Is that supposed to be some kind of excuse?
Yeah, he's trying to make an excuse.
I mean, I don't understand that. What is that? Like, men cheat. Men don't cheat. You giving the rest of us a bad name. Don't throw me into that. I don't cheat on my wife. I've never cheated on my wife. Don't get me mixed up in that.
It's kind of it's kind of grooming women to accept that men cheating, but he's not.
Uh huh.
It's like he's grooming the all the women of the world that men cheat,
Well,
and that
it's also
they gotta expect that, and
right,
that's
and I
why
think
women believe to this day that men cheat.
right,
You
and that's
know,
why these guys.
but
That's why these guys. Uh huh.
uh, they know there's some committed ones, so they hoping that they get the ones that don't that are committed.
Who's in the back?
Mel, I'm gonna add on.
Yeah, and you know what? And the thing about it is, you're not gonna sit up here and tell me that you love a woman that you in a committed relationship with, and then you go out and cheat on her and come back with some flim flam, lazy ass, lame excuse. Well, baby, I can love two women at once, and I can have sex with a woman, and it don't mean nothing. So, baby, don't be upset. That sex didn't mean nothing, baby. You think a woman gonna fall for that? Why y'all think women are stupid?
Hmm. Yeah. Then her nuts logic. Well, if sex don't mean anything,
Well,
and
here's
you
the
have
thing.
sex with me,
Now,
then
now he had a big problem with me saying, well, if you are unfaithful to your woman in a committed relationship, you don't love her. And I stand by that. You commit yourself to a woman, you're telling this woman with your heart that you're going to be there for her. You're going to protect her. You're going to provide for her. You're going to love her because you are committed to her. That means that you're going to be loyal to her. Apparently, you knuckleheads don't understand what commitment means. That's probably why many of y'all shy away from it because you don't understand what it means. You understand? And
Right.
so you don't say, and then so you don't say all that to a woman and commit to her, then turn around on some pimp shit and go out and commit infidelity. And then, and then break her heart. If you're doing that, then you don't love her. And you never did. So when you committed to her to begin with, you didn't love her from Jump Street and you lied to her.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, hey,
uh,
Mella, how are you? uh,
hi. Hi, brother and
hey,
sister. Look, what is it that somebody said in this regard recently that
I
this
was over on a I was
mhm,
over on Conscious Moron channel. Shout out to Conscious Moron. And we was having a discussion about right and wrong and what men and women do to other people when they catch their spouses cheating. And we came up with a couple of heinous things
mhm,
that was done that we agreed was really, really bad. One woman threw sulfuric acid in a man's face for cheating, and another dude cut his wife's vagina out and cut off her boobs, right? And so I'm saying, the punishment don't fit the crime, and it's wrong. Then from there, we wandered into men cheating and men could cheat and got into a committed relationship. And I'm telling him, well, if you're in a committed relationship and you're cheating on your woman, then you don't love her. Then you tell me,
mhm,
well, that's my definition of. I was talking to Frida Green. Okay, I'm hoping he come over here. Okay, but he said that no, a man could love more than one woman, and a man can have sex without having any strings attached or any feeling at all. To me, that's a bunch of pimp crap. I don't
mhm.
subscribe to that logic. If you're going to commit to the woman, then you're loyal to that woman. That's the way it is. If you're not going to be loyal to her, then don't commit to her.
Yeah.
And that's how we got into that discussion.
Yeah. A lot of times people have, how can I put this, are not willing to acknowledge that they've been brainwashed into thinking
Mm-hmm,
that sexual commitment is something that's an option, right? And
mm-hmm,
when it comes to a marriage, because that's what, dare I say, America, or rather the world even, has actually allowed men to conceive that double standard is something that is an entitlement. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah. So
mm-hmm,
because the world has endorsed that men are entitled to believe that their penis has a mind of its own, and
mm-hmm,
a woman couldn't possibly understand the urges and demands of an erection, that a woman has no place as to um, insisting on a man keeping his oath of fidelity. And but at the same time, it's not cool for her to step out. You know what I'm saying?
right.
And so that's when this gets real crazy, because it never made
Mm-hmm,
sense to me that if he can do it, I can't do it. That never made sense to me. I said there's something to this, and so I started looking into the Bible even more. And I just noticed that, and I grew up a Baptist. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying, you know, women have been conditioned to allow infidelity because men are physically powerful. It's like, yeah, I cheated. What are you gonna do about it? But then it eventually got into the Jedi mind trick game. You know what I'm saying? Like, as women got to a point where it's like, no, I'm not going for that. Well, then that's when you have to slip the psychological manipulation in there. Like, well, you don't know what it's like it's like to have an erection in the morning and you turn me down. If you don't do it, somebody else will, and all this other kind of stuff. And I what I will say, right, is that there is a such thing as a man being able to handle himself when it comes
Mm-hmm.
to his physical needs. And I think because men find that to be a sappy thing in terms of handling himself, it's more, there's more bravado in conquering a woman sexually than it is to just handle his own business, you know, and then that goes into making any woman that makes him erect to be held responsible for his erection when really that's his problem. It's like, look, I'm, you know, that's like holding a man accountable for your menstrual cycle. It's like that's your biological situation, man. And if I want to help you out with it because we dating, so be it. If we're married and we have to come to an agreement. Like, are we going to be doing it 21 days out of the month? Are we going to be doing it 4 times? Are we going to have a contract? And because I do know how important intimacy is in a committed relationship. It's very important. My problem is you can give that man as much intimacy on demand, and depending on what type of low down, selfish, no good son of a bitch he is, he's still gonna walk out on you. So it's a personality issue. It's not necessarily, like, these guys are going around saying, I deserve to cheat, and all this other kind of craziness. It's like, so you just want to be a jerk. You want to be an
Yep.
asshole, and you want to lie to a
Yep.
woman. You want the freedom to lie to a woman. You want the freedom
Yep.
to be a scoundrel. You want the freedom to be a
Yep.
turd in the toilet
Mm-hmm.
bowl of life. That's what you want. Just
Mm-hmm.
say that. And a lot of guys, they're getting so bold as to say, forgive the further cussing, but they are getting so bold as to let a woman know up front, look, I ain't shit. What's up? They
Mm-hmm.
get so bold as to
Yeah,
even
that's
assert
what I.
that. It's
Yeah, that's what
crazy.
I said to him. I said, well, yeah, you go to the girl and say, look, I want to be in a committed relationship, but understand, I'm not going to love you. I'm going to love other women too. I mean, man, what are you even talking about? Then why are you even asking her to be in a committed relationship for? It's obvious
Yeah.
you don't know what the word commitment means. You
Yeah.
understand
And
what I'm saying?
it's no wonder that our people aren't building anything significant
No.
that surpasses other ethnicities because we're too
Now,
stuck
now,
in narrow mindedness.
now, let me tell you what the sad part about it is, right? I'm surrounded by dudes. I'm the only one on the panel with my stance. Everybody is against me. Everybody's trying to justify a man cheating in a committed relationship. Go
No,
figure that.
well, that's what they think their power is, and
Uh-huh.
as opposed to actually developing real power amongst men, they would rather cower out and claim that their power is in deceiving women. That's
Right.
it's like so really when you deceive a woman, you're deceiving yourself by not acknowledging that you're not man enough to actually go conquer the world. You want to conquer how you can best deceive a woman. That's your that's that's crazy.
Wow.
you
You
know
just gave me some powerful content. Oh my God. Wait till my next live.
all right,
Oh my God.
what did I say? But I
I'm
mean
going
it.
to go.
Whatever I said, I meant it.
I'm going to go berserk.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, I gotta listen to this replay and figure out what the hell I just said. But I think,
So,
but it came from the heart, and that's the thing, right? When I'm in my zone and I'm speaking from the spirit, it's like I'll snap out of it and be like, "What did I just say?" And it turns out because it's from the spirit. So I appreciate you, reminding me to
so
to just roll with the soul instead of being so controlled. Because a lot of times I pause when I talk because I don't want to. I don't want to get too deep in it. You know what I mean? I don't want to. I have a lot of thoughts, and if I really roll from the soul, it overwhelms me. It's like, where the hell did that come from? So I'm glad I'm articulate enough to have conveyed a message that you find useful. I appreciate that, brother. Thank you.
Oh
Dame
man,
Frankie, sister, how you feeling about the topic? It's good to talk to you today too, or tonight rather.
deceiving women.
Yeah,
Mm-mm-mm.
they rather conquer deceiving women and conquer global um
And do it proudly too. I mean, they
because
can't ban me.
I mean, just think about a lazy, no good person. What's easier? Is it easier to actually, what's easier? I mean, think about a homosexual, right? A homosexual, we all know what that is. That's a guy that just chooses to lay up on a woman, right? Is it easier for him to finesse a woman, convincing her uh, that it's he's in between blessings, so she should be compassionate enough to let him leech off her, or is it easier for him to go out there and actually spend the day to day, month to month, year to year investment of time and concentration and sacrifice to make something of himself? It's easier to lay up on a woman, right? So
That's
that
right.
means he deceives her. So it's
I mean, I mean,
guys
I
with
mean the
that
fact that
mentality, they just taking the easy way out. It's hard to
I mean the
it's hard
fact
to be a responsible adult. It's
I
hard.
mean the fact that you are a grown man with kids, you got that kind of mentality. Men could have sex with women without any feeling. Men could love more than one woman. Man, are you kidding me? This is why the black families are in shambles. You don't have no interest in staying faithful and being in a household long enough
Hmm.
to build a stable and strong black family.
Now I want to give some pushback to myself. I want to give pushback to my own self. I had to remember that a lot of these guys were touched by their female babysitters at young age. Like a lot of guys were introduced to sex before it was appropriate by older, female caregivers. Like she's 16, she's babysitting a 10-year-old. Next thing you know, he's teaching they doing things that they not supposed to be doing. And a lot of brothers have that backstory. I was shocked. I was like, what?
Hmm. I do
So
too. I
yeah,
do too. I
so
got babysitter stories too. I think
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know nobody who don't.
So when when society convinces you that that's something to be proud of, when really in your spirit it's like, I was probably a little too young to be exposed to that. You know what I mean? In your spirit, that
But you
might be
know,
what you're thinking, but society is telling you like, oh man, you was getting it in at
yeah,
10. They
but
celebrate
it's
you for it.
nearly impossible to catch female predators like that because they don't traumatize the boy. The boy isn't traumatized. Matter of fact, they
It
play
isn't.
into the boy. They play
Yeah,
into the boy's ego and make the boy think that he's the man controlling them.
yeah. When I think about grammar school, um I think back on some of the boys that were more sophisticated than other boys.
Hmm.
And I wonder if it's because they experienced preteen sex, you know, because there were some boys, like let's say seventh grade, right? Um,
Hmm.
there were some
If you,
boys that, like, when we were in fifth grade, they was just as goofy as everybody. But then by
mhm.
seventh grade, they had a new type of sophistication about them. If I, as I think back on it, like I didn't know how to describe it then because I'm young. But now as an adult and I have a way of introspection, I have an introspective mindset, uh, especially, things that I couldn't conceive because I was too young to put attach words to it. I think a lot of those boys that developed sophistication between 5th and 7th grade. At that 7th grade mark, there were boys that demonstrated themselves to be a lot more savvy and sophisticated uh, early on, and I wonder if it's because they had experienced, something, some that sexual. What do you call? You just mentioned it, like how the freaky babysitter would tell him he's the man or whatever. Like
Right.
they might,
Ego.
yeah,
Ego. Hmm.
like somebody imprinted upon those boys that became sophisticated in 7th grade. Somebody sexually imprinted them in a way that just made them more sophisticated in how they carry
Yes.
themselves.
It's right. If the boy, it's very hard to catch it because they don't traumatize the boys. The boys ain't traumatized. Matter of fact, the boys are the ones who want to keep everything quiet. They don't want. When my babysitter, I was going back from my baby, I didn't want nobody to know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I wouldn't tell my mother, my father, I wouldn't tell nobody nothing. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
it's
So yeah,
yeah,
it's the way they manipulate the little boy's ego. They make him feel like he's the man, and he's with an older woman, and he got his chest sticking out. They know how to play up to that very, very well. That's why they hard to catch. They very, very hard to catch.
absolutely. And also, that is what's so corrupt. That what's so corrupt about that is that it it impedes a young boy
Hmm.
from maintaining the concept of sexual purity for marriage. Like if that predatory sexual predatory woman uh convinces that boy that she's doing something that makes him feel good and he's a man for it, then it's really hard to take that imprint out of him, and so he thinks that that is how he's supposed to conduct himself in life. So even if he does find somebody that he's enchanted enough to propose to and get married, he's still going to think that life is about being sexually promiscuous, you know? And it's like, all women can get got. I've been having sex since I was 10 years old. They that prevents them from being spiritually pure. That prevents
Now,
them from valuing committed relationships because they think,
now,
I'm sorry, they were introduced to sex in a perverted way as opposed to,
right
you know, being
now,
taught the spiritual discipline.
sometimes an alert mother can figure it out because the boy is young, so he don't know how to cover his tracks. Sometimes an alert mother can pick up on things. Like, for example, he walked by his mother, he smelled like perfume. Okay, and
Mm,
she'll pick up on that. Why do you smell like perfume?
mm.
You know what I'm saying? She can pick up on little things like that. She can pick up on subtle changes in his behavior. You know what I'm saying? An alert mother can do that. But if you don't have that kind of mother around, man, it's really impossible to catch these women, man.
When I was in high
You know?
school, I was a virgin, right? I was a virgin in high school and everything, but my friend, she wasn't. So she had a boyfriend, and they used to have very we all hang out and everything. We would go to the little place to get pizza puffs and French fries and Pepsi Colas and talk. They were smoking cigarettes. I wasn't. They teased me about being Miss Goody Two Shoes, but they did not hesitate to have candid conversations around me, right? And
Mhm.
some of those candid conversations involve where you know how not only like what was their first time and how it was and all that other kind of stuff, but also this one guy who was my friend's boyfriend. He said, I remember the time my mama knew I was effing. That's what he called it. I remember when my mama knew I was effing because she came home and I was taking a bath. And she was like, boy, all you ever do is take showers. Since when you taking
Mhm.
baths? Who you
Yeah,
effing? That
that's
type of
what I
thing,
mean.
right?
See,
So
an
that's an
alert mother.
example of yeah, that's an
Uh huh.
example of an alert mother.
Yeah,
She
an
she
alert
she
mother.
knew
Uh huh.
his pattern changed up
Yep.
regarding some aspect of his sexual preparedness.
Yeah, that's the alert mother, man. And like I said, you know, now if they're abusing the boy, it's a wrap because the boy's gonna be scared. They're gonna find that out. But majority of them, they don't. These guys, ask these guys if they ever felt abused. They'll tell you no. I never felt abused. I'm not traumatized.
I know,
Nothing.
right? They
Oh,
will tell you that. I've heard it online. This guy was 17 years old, maybe 16, 17, and he was beguiled, seduced, and sexed by a 35-year-old married woman. And he said it was the best thing that ever happened to him.
that's
He
right.
doesn't look at it
Some
as
of them,
being abuse at
some of
all.
them wish. Some of us wish it didn't
And
stop.
he's a womanizer to this day. And
Uh huh.
so that's why I'm saying there's that spiritual disconnect. It's like your flesh is telling you that you had a good time, but
Well,
your spirit should have told you that you were violated, you know?
well,
It's
The problem
confusion.
was he was young and she was an older woman, so she pretty much, put it in his head that if an older woman is coming at him, he can get any woman he wants.
Yeah, but
You know
nobody
what I'm
ever
saying?
tells these young boys that
Hmm.
who a female sexual predator is. Like this is something that's rarely discussed. These female sexual predators. Like there's a and they can produce angry men. There's a movie, Antoine. The guy was
Oh,
Antoine
Antoine
Fisher.
Fisher. Oh, well,
Yeah.
that's different. They were abusing him. I mean, his own mama was calling him an MFer. She wouldn't
Oh well,
even call. No, 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 no. Was that his
I
mother?
didn't
Or was
see
that
the.
his auntie?
I think he was adopted. I didn't see the whole
Yeah,
movie
they were.
because once I heard that it was about a guy that's angry because he was molested as a
Yeah, they.
child. I never watched the movie, but then as I heard about it later, apparently the molestation was by the
It,
women and
yeah,
the foster care women, and I was like, I really don't want to see that as
yeah, but
well,
they
you know.
were. Yeah, but they were abusive because they knew they wouldn't get caught, and they knew that because they worked for the state. So that's a whole different setup. The women there are much bolder because the burden of proof is on the child.
They made
You
him
see what
like
I'm
a
saying?
sex slave or
Yeah,
something. Is
yeah,
that
yeah,
it?
yeah. So those women are bold. Now
That's
those women
crazy.
are abusive. Those women are abusive. I mean, his aunt
They're
was calling him
predators.
a yeah. His aunt was calling him an MF. She wouldn't even call him by his name. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it was pretty bad. So yeah, women like that, yeah, those type of women in foster care, they bold, man, and they get away with a lot of it. You
Yeah.
know, because the man, I'm sorry, say man, the burden of proof was on the boy, but now they're starting to come down on places like that,
hmm I hope so.
and they need to. I think they need to get rid of foster homes altogether.
I don't know
They
what
need
we're
to get
gonna
rid of.
do with children that
I think
that are
what you need to do,
abandoned though.
what I think you need to do is you need to build a school with living quarters, to where they're constantly either learning, they're playing sports,
You
kind
mean
of
like
like a,
a
kind of
orphanage?
like a, no, kind of like a military setup.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
definitely. Yeah.
I think
As
these
long as there's as long as everything as long as
and
everything
then
is monitored to the extent where
right, I
nobody
was
could
about to say
possibly be
what
harmed.
right. What I would do is I would set up a setup that looked like a small military camp, and then, and there would be more than one building, and everything would be spread out, and there would be more professionals there. It'd be a professional setting, and kids would go from building to building. You
hmm
have security on campus, stuff like that. That's what I think you need to build for these kids. Forget about these orphanage homes and all that, because all they do is get molested in there, they get brutalized in there, and most of the people that run that, I don't even know how they even get to have them homes because
Right.
obviously that they're cuckoo in the head. So it's obvious there's some kind of
They
criteria that they know how to get past.
they don't even give them like personality exams or nothing like to find out if
No.
they're sick. You know, like
Mm.
at least find out if they're crazy before you
Giving
start
the
letting people.
kids
Yeah.
putting dangerous chemicals in the kids' drinks with, different types of reagents that can cause the kid, bodily harm, over a period of time, or
Ugh.
intoxify the kid. or give the kid permanent memory loss. You know,
Lord
depending
have
on what type
mercy.
of reagent it is. Yeah, you know.
Yeah. And
So so
that's the result of people not taking sexual exchange seriously. Like it
that's what
produces
that's what
children.
listen. That's what Michael Jackson did with the Jesus juice.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. I heard he was
Yeah,
spiking
he had a
the
chemical he had a
the
chemical
soda
drug in
pop.
there. He had a chemical drug in there, and the reagent of that chemical drug was something that induces docileness, almost like um, a truth serum or something like that. But it produces docileness. It
Forget.
makes you, yeah, it makes you,
I thought he was
like,
giving them I thought he was giving them alcohol. I didn't know he was actually giving them a
no,
drug.
no. There's a chemical drug in there. Okay.
I never did see the interview of the now adult children, but though there are two brothers that, or at least two different guys who are
Uh,
adults now that said what actually went on, and
uh-huh.
I didn't catch that interview
Well, here's the
yet. I'm
thing.
gonna have
Here's
to
the
look
thing.
that up.
Here's the thing. Our problem is we keep pretending that things aren't happening, even though they're happening right in front of our face. I don't know what's wrong with us, but what is a grown man doing sleeping in the bed with a bunch of young boys?
Exactly,
Why
exactly.
people don't have a problem with that? What is a grown man doing saying that a 9-year-old boy is his best friend? Why nobody picks up on that?
It's crazy, man.
You didn't think that this dude had a problem when he built the Never Never Ranch? Y'all couldn't see that he had an issue?
I I
Why do you think
I,
he
I'll
why do you
say
think
this.
why do you
I'll
think
say
he had
this,
all them
right?
toys
Now,
and why hold
as
on.
be
Let me just say this, I'll get right
go
back
ahead.
to you. Why do you think he had all those toys and animals? Because kids love toys and animals. He seduced a lot of these kids. His house was a big playground. He had monkeys and shit running around. It was a child's play haven. And nobody thinks anything is wrong with that. You don't get something wrong with this dude?
You know what's even more tripped out now that I think about it is that his siblings never let him babysit their children.
No,
Now that I
but
think
they
about
weren't
it,
stupid.
you know, maybe they knew something before the public was able to speculate. But that's
He's got
true
a son.
because it was all under the disguise of I never had a childhood, so I'm just having fun, and it's like no,
That's a
at some
bunch of
point
people.
you're a man and you're supposed to do manly things, and men are not having
Well,
sleepovers with little boys, you
well, he
know.
was a man when he was a man when he said it. When he said, "Oh, well, I didn't have a child," he was a man then.
Right.
Okay, so you didn't have a child. What that's supposed to mean?
And I've never heard his
Eh,
siblings co-sign that excuse.
No, they covered it up.
And then also his whole I would never harm a child. Let's unpack that. Let's examine that. That whole I would never harm a child defense, right? Now this is the thing. If you believe you are delivering intimate pleasure, physically intimate pleasure to a child, then you don't think you're harming them. So that could be what he meant. Cause at first I was like, well, the man said he would never quote unquote harm a child. It occurred to me later that maybe he didn't think he was harming them. You see what I'm saying? That's what he thought.
Uh,
He didn't look at it as that it's inappropriate. Period. It's like beyond inappropriate. That's just whack. And
I think we, I think
you
we get
know,
what we deserve because we see these people like pretty much off their rocker, and we pretend that we don't see it. Okay, you got
what
Madonna.
other
She's
Yeah, I was
You
going to
got
ask you what
Madonna.
other celebrities.
She done flown the she done flown the cuckoo's nest. You know, Jane
Uh-huh.
Foster. Who was it? Jane Foster. Was Jane the one that played in Mommy Did? She flew the cuckoo's nest. You had Michael Jackson been right here talking about he want to look like Diana Ross. Nobody no, did he
Yeah.
have plastic surgery to look like Diana Ross? Nobody had a problem with it.
What?
Nobody, hey man, you know what? That might be a little strange, dude.
Yeah, his excuse was that it started off with him blaming his father for calling him ugly, and that's why he claimed he started getting surgery, and then he got addicted to the surgery. That was his claim, you know. But yeah, some things are in plain sight. Like if it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, it's a duck. And a lot of times, because of our affinity for these celebrities, we want to look past. Like who would have conceived that R. Kelly was doing what he was doing to women, right? Until like let his songs tell it before everything was exposed. I thought he absolutely adored women, and he couldn't possibly, do anything abusive to a woman. Let his songs tell it. But as it
I don't,
turns
you know,
out, he even hog-tied his own wife,
you know what?
and our word her. You know,
I don't believe nothing
she's
that dude
traumatized
says.
too by his abuse.
I, I don't believe nothing that dude says because at some point you know right from wrong. Don't tell me now you 40 something, you're talking about so I didn't know it was wrong. I don't want to hear that.
So, what would you say
You
about the
can't get
people that
that.
say I? What would you say about the men that say I can't help it? Where does that come from?
I
Like
think that
I
they need to
can't
go
help it.
to they need to be put in a nut house. If you can't help it, then you shouldn't be out here in society amongst normal people because you're a predator and you're a danger to everybody in society.
Right, right.
I don't want to hear
Predatory
that crap.
behavior has so many different layers to it. Now, so would you say that a man that convinces a woman to marry him under the guise that they're gonna cherish and love each other till death do they part, and he turns around and he's just hopping and skipping and jumping every sneaky way he can with every woman out there, and his excuse is, uh I didn't mean it. It's like that doesn't make sense to me when somebody cheats on
He's
their
a
spouse and they say they didn't mean it. It's like, what do you mean you didn't mean
he's
it?
a
You did it,
he's
you
a
know.
liar. He's an absolute liar, and he is a deceiver.
Absolutely. It's no
Yeah,
different than a kleptomaniac. Like when
yeah,
a person, now they got a nice little medical term for kleptomaniac, but it's still a thief. That's a thief.
right.
And for for them to have all these cozy terms that try to coddle people for their uh just atrocious behavior, that feeds into society's sickening
What what
mindset as well.
well, you should have heard the more conscious moron panel. They're always trying to justify a man in a committed relationship cheating on her. All of them, even conscious themselves, they're always trying to justify it.
Yeah.
So you got other
Yeah,
black
I can
men out here
imagine.
supporting, right? So you got other black men out here with corrupted minds supporting the infidelity between a black man and a black woman. You
Well,
support infidelity.
the
You
golden
pretty
rule
much telling
doesn't
the black, huh?
they don't
Hello?
believe in the golden rule. Can you hear me?
No.
Hello?
Yeah. They don't believe.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
They don't believe in any. They don't believe in anything, and they sure enough don't respect the woman. Okay. Here's the thing: when you commit to this woman, you are supposed to be in love with her. That's the whole point of committing yourself to her. If you don't love her, what in the hell are you committing to her for? So if you don't love her and you commit to her, then you're lying to her. and then you expect her to be okay with you cheating. And then your situation is going to be like, well, yeah, we had sex. It didn't mean nothing because a man can have sex without feeling anything. How many women are supposed to go for that?
That's
They
crazy.
think women are dumb. Yeah, they think women are dumb. They think women are dumb. What woman is going to go for that? Are you going to say,
Unfortunately, a lot of women are being conditioned to uh, believe it. Unfortunately,
well,
a
no.
lot of women are actually settling. I can't even count on both hands how many times I've heard over the course of this Black YouTube experience how many women are saying that they believe in polygamy. Are you American? You was raised in America and you telling me that you believe in polygamy? I said somebody then got your head, baby. Somebody just brainwashed you into
Well, these guys
thinking
are
that that's
starting to,
cool.
these type of guys are starting to pull women, okay, who wants to hear all of these disparaging things. Women like, I mean, men like that shouldn't be supported in any community, but we over there entertaining it,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know.
Oftentimes I know I've been guilty of having sharing panels with people whose principles I know I totally like I find disgusting. Like I know, like for instance, their entire message, the entire live stream is disgusting, and I still hop my crazy ass on the panel just because I had a good rapport with that individual, even though that's what he's about, and it really made me sad because I really wanted to, um, engage with the channel holder today, but that at some point you get sick. It's like this shit is sickening. I just, it's not fun anymore. It's not fun. It's not fun talking to these people knowing that they're sickening. It's like, what the hell am I doing? I don't, it's just like, what the hell am I doing? If they're saying something that's sickening, it's not my responsibility to jump on a panel and say, hey, you're sickening and I disagree and here's why. It's like, no, just leave them to their own filth. It's like if you want to be filthy, I'm gonna let you roll around. I might observe. I'm not gonna act like I don't know you. I'm not gonna act like I never liked you. What I will do is grow past my affinity for you. That's the path that I'm embarking upon, because I think I've mentioned how addictive these engagements were with these conversations that would get heated and to a degree where you I don't even know how to describe it, but it was exhilarating to say the least when you're in a dispute with someone. It was exhilarating. And that exhilaration is what became addictive. So so it just so happens that I tend to talk to male channel holders who who believe in lifestyles that I find totally disgusting, and opinions that I find just egregious. And I just took it upon myself to engage in, conflicts with them only because apparently it was exhilarating for me to challenge them. And that's not and I had to learn. It's like, it's not my responsibility to challenge what somebody believes in. It's not. And it's like, so, you know, if I don't believe in what they're saying,
Well, Miller, we got somebody new to the panel.
hey, how you doing, Michael Hood? I remember you. Okay. My bag. I'm just talking and talking. My bad. My fault.
Oh, that's that white dude that used to be with cyberspace.
I think if the rules was announced it, because he knows how to exercise some self control. Um, He was on Maurice's panel with me, and he was civilized beyond my expectations. So he knows how to control himself. I think he just needs to know what the rules are. Apparently, I think I'm not saying he should be given the benefit of the doubt because this is your channel. I'm just saying I've recently shared a panel with him, and he was civil. He was surprisingly civilized. So,
Excuse me, Mel.
I mean, he wasn't being an ass.
Come on up, Brooklyn.
Oh, go ahead.
Come on up, Brooklyn.
Hold on.
I love me some Charlene, man. That's my people.
Okay. Max, your mic is low, and I'm about to add Michael Hood to the panel. Are you
Mike Hood.
with that?
Yeah.
Okay, here
Keep
we
your
go.
hand on the trigger, though. Keep your hand on the trigger, though.
I got
Yeah.
it on the trigger.
Hey, Brooklyn, come on up. Yo, I love
Oh
Charlene, man.
yeah, Max, man, we good, man. We good, man.
What's going on, Mike?
What's up, man?
Hey, Charlene.
Hey,
Hi, Michael Hood.
hey, what's up, Mella? You know Michael Hood, Mella.
Okay, well, regardless, I'll put it to you this way: they are really quick to drop a man that gets out of pocket.
Max know all of us, man. We've been around a long time, Mella. You know, Mella.
All right, what do you all think about the topic at hand?
I mean, what's the topic, man? What were you talking about?
I think it's true. I think it's true.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Well, what I was arguing with Feedy Green about was he thinks that you can be in a committed relationship and cheat and still love your woman. I said no dice, because if you're in a committed relationship and you cheat on it, you don't love her.
Okay. Let me ask y'all this. So, what if me being white has a black woman? So, what do y'all think about that?
That's not the topic. We not. Come on now. Don't kick up the dust, man.
I'll shut up. I'll shut up.
You didn't answer the question.
I'll shut up, Miller. I'll be quiet, Miller.
Yeah, just answer the question, bro. Stop being facetious.
Well, okay. So I have a black woman as so if I marry a black woman.
The topic, sir. The topic, before you get kicked off, please focus for a moment.
All right, here.
I don't think anybody cares, Michael, if your wife was black or you had a black girlfriend.
Yeah, let's get focused now, Mike. The question on the table is: do you? Oh, he gone. Yeah, he was probably about to start acting up. I don't know. Sorry about that.
Yeah, the topic is: if you cheat on your woman in a committed relationship, you don't love her.
Mm-hmm. I find that if people can't concentrate on a direct question, they own something. So yeah, it was good that you had your hand on that trigger, because the fact that he couldn't answer a direct question in relationship to the topic means he didn't come here to cooperate with the conversation. He wanted to act crazy.
Yeah, I kicked him off.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, that enraged me, man. I mean, I don't
It
play
did?
like that.
They say that. He says that so it could trigger you. That's what he wanted to do.
Yeah, I don't.
That was
it worked.
Yeah, he did it on purpose.
Yeah.
I don't know if he been drinking or nothing like that. And obviously he's familiar with who you are, so he did that on purpose.
Yeah, he did that on purpose. He wanted to aggravate you.
He tried to get you out of character, man. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. I knew it. That's why I said nobody cares, because that's what he was trying to do. He want us to care and feel some kind of way.
It was weird, because he was acting right like 2 weeks ago. He was acting right. I don't know what happened.
So Blackman, I got a question.
Sure.
About the topic. So why do men like get in these marriages if they know that's not the woman that they want? And is it just for show? Like how long can a man put up with a show?
They're liars and deceivers. Okay, that's pretty much what it is. They're bums.
But I'm like,
Losers.
don't like. How long can you put up with that? Like, don't you tend
Well,
to
they
show your
can't.
color?
They can't. Eventually, what happens is colors start coming through. He's out here cheating on cheating on her with other women because he don't love her. If a man loves you and he commits to you, he loves you, he's not going to cheat on you. And I know that women don't believe that, but it's true. And the reason why women don't believe it was you got this loud narrative going around talking about men cheat when it ain't like that. I've never cheated on my wife.
You know what? I've been in the military and I've seen like lots of men who did not cheat on their wives and who
You
were
know,
content.
well,
Now
what bothers
I
me,
have no
what
evidence. I
bothers
have no evidence that he cheats
But wait a minute,
or
what bothers
cheated.
me is this, right? You have a lot of immature men who are raised in pimp culture and they follow pimp culture. Pimp culture teaches them to be unfaithful and disrespectful and not care anything about the institution of marriage. They get that from pimp culture. And then when they go out here and they do all of these unfaithful things, the rest of us get painted with a broad brush along with it.
Oh yeah, one bad
Okay?
apple spoils the bunch, definitely.
Exactly. And that's what's pissing me off because we don't cheat. There are a lot of faithful husbands out there. There's a lot of faithful men out there. But these ignoramuses that don't care anything about anybody but themselves, they got like the loudest voice, and they're focused on a lot. And so people
Hmm.
look at them and they say, "Well, they represent black men." Period. No, they don't.
Yeah,
They don't
they do.
represent me.
They do make it seem like it's the
Right?
majority when it's not. The majority of
That's not.
men don't cheat on
Don't cheat.
their. The majority of them don't. However, the loudest ones make it seem like they all do.
Yeah,
You know.
and that's what bothers me because it makes the rest of us look bad, and people go with it. People run with that narrative. Okay, like Frida Green don't represent me. That dude ain't my caliber. That dude's a bum. I'm a man of integrity and honor. That dude's a bum. Sitting up here talking about some. Well, you can love your woman and still cheat on her. What?
Yeah. You
Yeah,
know
that
what?
doesn't. Think about it. It doesn't make sense. So you gotta go find a woman, get her number, and go secretly find some time. That time out your day that you could have spent with your kids, developing your business, maybe taking a nap or reading a book to go entertain somebody else when you don't even entertain your family in the first place. That just makes that
And
creates a whole lot of drama and headache. Like, why
And
would
you know
people
what?
and
put
they,
themselves through that?
yeah.
And his argument was, well, men could have sex without feeling a thing, and men could love two women at once. That's that pimp crap. That's not
Is that
traditional
true?
thinking. Yeah,
Is
no,
that
no,
true,
no.
Black Guy?
What's that?
Is that true? Like, could men like do men like just have sex and like they don't be bothered? Like, it ain't anything.
Well, no. Well, men can have sex with no feeling, but once you get
Prostitutes
into
prostitutes do it all the
yeah,
time.
yeah, yeah,
That's
if you're
true.
not
That's
a
fact.
yeah, but that's only if you're not in a committed relationship. If you're in a committed relationship with your woman, yeah, of course you got feelings. That's your woman. You love her.
Hmm.
Okay? And so my thing is, you're gonna sit up here talking about something. Well, you know, men could love more than one woman, and so women should accept the fact that men cheat.
I don't accept that, and that's not something that's I don't know. That's not attractive. Who wants to go around and be like, I'm with a cheater, and this is what I'm proud of? That I don't know.
No, and they are proud of it. And you know what? I'm the only one on that panel that had my stance. They all was against me, trying to somehow justify being in a committed relationship meant that you love the woman that you're in a committed relationship with when it isn't. If you commit to this woman, right, you are loyal to that woman. Okay? And so going out cheating on her doesn't mean loyalty.
Hmm.
Okay? If you're cheating on her with another woman, then you don't love her. Okay? It's not rocket science. I don't even know why we try to have any kind of other discussion. You don't love her. If you loved her, you wouldn't do that.
Yep.
I love my wife, so I don't cheat.
Right.
I wouldn't hurt her like that.
And and it does hurt. It's like I don't understand how you can say you love somebody but you're hurting them. That's
Right,
crazy.
right.
You
I'm
know
saying,
what's so crazy? The people who cheat, their mind is always scattered, and they're always watching their back everywhere they go. And it's like they're always paranoid, and then sometimes
see,
they even be looking at the other.
Because
that's why.
they got
See,
all those
that's why.
demons on their back.
Right, but
That's
that's
why.
why they go over to a channel like RBR, right? Because RBR don't judge them. He don't scrutinize them. He let them be as screwed up as they want. And they over there call the women bees and hoes and all that. We got into that discussion too. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you know what? Like, he had never tell me to apologize to RBR after he called my wife all kinds of fat bees and heifers and
Who
dumbasses and
wait. Who asked you
dumbos.
to apologize to him?
Free the green.
Oh no.
Like, man, are
I
you
would
out of
have
your
said
mind?
RBR.
Huh?
I'm like RBR could eat a dick for all I care.
Like, man, are you out of your mind, bro? So y'all was talking. And then, Mike, check this out, right? I gauged it, right? When I brought up the fact that he called my wife all out of name or whatever, they was kind of, they didn't even acknowledge it. One dude skipped over it. The other one tried to justify him doing it.
They tried to justify it.
Yeah, talking about, well, he talks about people like that and he talks to everybody like that, this, and that.
Oh, that's the way he is type of excuse.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's an excuse.
But I'm not shocked because they go over that channel a lot. So I'm not shocked the way their mentalities are. You know what I'm saying? And I was waiting for them to come over here. But again, they won't come at me. They'll try to group up against me over there. That don't work. So they don't come at me one on one. They try to get groups to come at me together. Okay, they can't take me one on one. Okay.
Yeah. Well, people have learned the art of kicking people off their panel. And, because there was a time that wasn't a practice. There was a time people weren't kicking people off their panels. Just as recently as like 2.5 years ago, people weren't. Obsidian started that shit with "thank you," and
See. Okay, now
calling a
I'm gonna cut you.
taxi.
I don't mean to cut you off.
Go ahead.
But I invited him to come over here and try to prove that lame ass stance that he had. Right? Okay, he hasn't showed up yet. These guys can't beat me, man. Even when they're over there and they're trying to jump me, they still can't beat me.
He probably thinks you're gonna kick him off, and he
No, I
don't.
told him. I said, I'm not kicking you off. I'm not RBR. As long as you don't come over here calling the women bees, we straight. And you keep it focused on me, we can fight all night. I'm not going to kick you off. Just leave the women out of it. Don't say nothing to the women. Don't be over here calling women bees. I'm cool. Okay? I be thinking guys want me to kick them off because they come over here and try to, be slick and try to call women bees. And they know they're going to get thrown out.
I want them to come. I like when we entertain small minds concepts so they come up with here.
Yeah, I don't mind them coming up and having their opinion, but just leave the women out of it. If you call the women B, I got to get you up out of here. I'm not compromising on that. It's a no tolerance situation. I'm not going to promote that kind of behavior and that kind of talk over here. I need men to be gentlemen, have self-control, and learn how to talk to women properly. We can do that. We're capable of doing that.
You know what's sad is that not a lot of men agree with you.
No, they don't.
That's sad to me.
Yeah, Conscious was telling me, man, a lot of people are mad at you, Max. I know they are. They're all dudes.
Because
Yeah.
if you want men to step up to the plate and become better as a person, they don't want to do that. They want to be lazy. They don't want to
Exactly.
do the work on themselves. They want
Right.
to
You're not
continue they want to continue with the poison that they've been fed from past generations. Now
You
they
got
right.
have the
You're
that
not
right.
information to be better. They don't want to do it.
You
right.
got
You're not
that.
gonna come up on my panel acting like some old backward pimp, some old degenerate. Okay, you act like your mother never taught you any manners. That's not happening up here.
Did I tell you about the time that I was on? I was listening to one of these guys, and he went so far as to entertain his audience to where he started talking crap about Mahalia Jackson, right? And I
That's
couldn't
my
help
cousin.
it. Oh, oh, that's wonderful. God bless her and her beautiful spirit. Yeah.
I've,
But
I've never
it,
met her. I saw pictures of her. My mother showed me pictures. She was dead when I was born, I believe. Oh, she was already passed away. But I
hmm
met some of her survivor, some of her surviving family at a family reunion. But yeah, but that's
hmm
my cousin. Uh-huh.
That's awesome. The I remember. I know she sings extraordinarily, impactfully, spiritually, beyond reason. It's very, it just does something. It vibrates your soul the way she sings.
You know who
However,
reminds me of her? Two women remind me of her: Lettucey and Kelly Price.
oh, okay. I gotta check them out. I heard of those names, but I haven't listened to their. So I think they sound soulful, just like her. Then that's cool.
You ever heard
Um,
Kelly Price is tired?
mm-mm.
Hey, Damon, you awake?
You ain't gotta play no music.
I'm awake. I'm awake. My
Nah, I
crew
want you.
is asking me to unblock him.
No, no, no. I want y'all to hear this song if y'all don't mind, okay? I
Okay.
want y'all to hear this song. It's a very
Is it a
powerful song.
is it a
Uh,
Which
huh?
one
copyright
y'all looking
issue?
for?
No, no, no. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. We're muted, okay? I went, but check this. I want y'all to hear this. This is Kelly. I want you to hear that. Hey, Dan, can you play "Tired" by Kelly
Okay.
Price?
Yeah. Okay.
Check the song out, y'all. I love the way black women got the greatest voices in the world, man.
Okay. Here we go.
Check it out, y'all. Nah, Dame, play it right. Don't play it from your computer. what you ladies got to say about that smoke.
That was
Yeah,
good. That was soothing. Yeah, that was great.
that
That was
was
powerful, wasn't it?
it,
Yes.
it was a little bit more than that. It was
Mm-hmm.
you know, it was corrective,
Mm-hmm.
because when you're in the midst of that type of anguish, what else can you do but yell out in that way? Unless you want to be homicidal, unless you want to go around killing people. And that's what that type of voice represents to me. That's like, I'm getting ready to sing this song this way before I hurt somebody. She's tired for real. That's how tired she got. She was like, you could hear it. You could hear it. It was she just happens to have a powerful voice. The
Mm-hmm.
message in her voice is resonant. It's like who can't relate to that? Who can't relate to that when they've been deceived by someone that said that they love them and will cherish them and honor them till death do you part, and then they turn around and do just the
You
opposite.
know, one of
It's
the
terrible.
parts that I thought was one of the parts that I thought really hit hard was when she said she tired of being done wrong and always doing right. That can drive somebody crazy.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah. Tired of all of the baby mama drama. You know, it's
Yeah,
just yeah, that song, and it's like there's bits and pieces that a man and a woman both can relate to. You know,
exactly. A man can relate to that as well.
some
Exactly.
of it, yeah, like the part where she said she's tired of being done wrong and always doing right. I felt like that before. I felt like that before. I was in a situation where I felt like I was being done wrong and I was always the one that had to do right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that one was particularly hitting home for me. You
Mhm.
know.
It's transcendent, that's for sure.
Well, I ain't heard that in a minute. Transcendent.
Yeah, both, a man or a woman could relate to that. Pain is universal. It
Okay.
sure is.
What you say there, Dave?
Oh, I didn't mean to say that. Thought I
Nah,
said.
nah, nah. Don't unblock it, man. I ain't got time for no BS tonight.
Uh,
We try to discuss a little topic. Um, yeah, no time for nobody to come up here try to commandeer the show with BS.
mhm.
Charlene, what you think about that?
I told you it was soothing. I could relate. That song, I think any woman could relate to. After she's been in a long relationship, we all get tired because we always hoping that the guy would do better. We're always waiting. We're at the edge. But after a while, you get so sick and tired and fed up that when he does do better, you don't even care anymore.
Yeah, really. It gets to that point.
By the
Because
time you had
because
kicked them out,
well,
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
the deceitfulness, it makes you tired. The deceitfulness, it's like, wow, that uh, you know, really, really. You just and you got to be a particular type of person for that not to affect you. You know, like when you dive all in to something with somebody, and they change up on you, right? I don't know what's worse. What is it worse that you knew they were no good, they were good for nothing, and you were just hoping that they would change with a commitment, or you got into the commitment, everything was all fresh and fresh and honey sweet, and then when you got in the commitment, they changed up. I don't know which is worse. I think deceitfulness, is just a terrible thing.
They got
Yeah.
like
Yeah, not to mention they want to hold on to you so bad they lie to you and themselves. Oh yeah,
now
I
there's
love
a
you, I
song.
commit to you, but they want you
There's
and
a,
the other person.
now
Yeah,
there's a
John.
song that now there's a song that promotes black love, right? And they don't like to play it on any radio station. Like you got to know about it to hear it. And it's made by Lettucey and Jaheim, okay? And you can't find nobody playing it on no radio station because it promotes black love. It promotes the love, the strong love between a black man and a black woman, something I grew up on, right?
Hmm.
And so these type of songs, they keep off the airways.
They do it on purpose.
Hmm.
Yep.
Now, I want y'all to hear one more song, then I'm done. Hey, dang, pull up Jaheim and Lettucey. We gonna stay together. When y'all hear the lyrics to the song, right? You're gonna understand what I mean. Why they don't want to play it on the airways. Pay attention to the lyrics. They don't want this message getting out. They don't want black men and black women actually, like, hey, you know what? We can do this. We can come together. We can reconcile our differences. We can actually love each other. They don't want black men and women thinking that. That's why they got all this gender war crap going on, all this divestment stuff. You know, people are
Yeah.
arguing about
Oh,
aborted male black babies and, huh?
and other ethnicities, they play the love songs. They play the "Let's Stay Together" songs with other ethnicities, be it
Right.
Hispanic or Caucasian.
Huh?
I hear it all the time,
Right.
and I'm like, I wonder what happened to our love songs as a people. Why aren't they playing
They
love
don't.
songs?
They don't
Why
play
are
them
black? They don't play them.
unless they're talking about sex. Now, they couldn't do nothing about Charlie Wilson because Charlie Wilson old school, okay? And Charlie Wilson's so powerful and so talented, they couldn't do nothing but play his songs. All his songs are about black love. You know what I'm saying? Even though he's not married to a black woman, okay? Which I did not know. Y'all know he married to a white woman?
I'm like, what? You kidding
I
me?
I didn't know that.
You just crushed
I
me
didn't
with
know.
I
that.
had I
I
had
didn't
no
know.
idea. I thought he
And
liked
then,
sisters.
and then check, and then he credited her with getting his career on track.
He did say he was on crack and homeless at one time. So
Uh
she
huh.
came along and saved him.
Yeah, because she knew him from the Gap Man, so she already knew he had talent. So it wasn't like she just came along on some shit out of her heart. She knew it was an investment. She'd clean him up.
An investment, right? An
Exactly.
investment she cleaned up, right?
Exactly. Dan, you got the
Um,
song?
a
Yeah, I
fixer
got it.
upper.
Okay, y'all, check this out.
All right.
Check this out. Drop it, Dan.
Man, listen, that's super banging. I'm gonna have to get off this panel and make a phone call. Y'all tripping, man. Y'all tripping. That is super banging right there.
Yeah. But how often have you heard that song? You don't even hear it for Valentine's Day.
That's
Usually
awesome.
when they be playing all the love songs or the let me see, are they still doing the Quiet Storm on the radios anymore?
Not
I
that I
think so.
recall.
Yeah, they do. They used to.
Uh,
Hopefully, they still do.
There was a time at a certain time of night you could turn on a black radio station and hear Quiet Storm. I,
For most
I,
of them.
yeah,
yeah.
and play all the romantic,
Hmm.
baby making music.
Hmm.
Yeah, but uh, it seems like there's become a less and less radio station that cater towards us. Uh,
Hmm.
every few years I have to hunt for another station.
Wow.
Uh,
That's sad to think that the radio industry is intentionally impeding the unity of our people in that fashion. Because the radio industry, they're quick to play all these crazy ass ratchet songs,
mhm.
but they don't want to play love songs. That's crazy. You back with us, Black Knight? Okay. Well, yeah.
Yeah, it'll
Yeah.
be a little
It
bit.
is. It's definitely a conspiracy.
Mhm.
You all are right. It's a conspiracy out here.
Yeah, because the lyrics are dangerous. They don't want black people thinking like that. We gonna stay together. If you look at the lyrics, right? They talked about how they went through hard times and how they was ready to give up with each other, but their love kept them together. They stayed together. She talked about how the times. She talked about how she wanted him to leave. You understand what I'm saying? And that he would stay. He talked about how he felt about her, but they stayed together. They overcame it. She called him her
Yeah.
Superman.
Yeah.
Okay? They don't want black people here. No, not. They don't want black people here. Nothing like that.
Right. So now we're bombarded with terms like mammy and simp as opposed
Exactly.
to loving each other. It's
Right.
crazy. It's a
That was
conspiracy.
Red Supreme would call that song simp music.
Shoot.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Mhm.
That is that's a
Yeah,
conspiracy right
they
there.
get upset if we play something like "Tired"
Yeah.
or "Hate Over
And I
Here."
never really thought about these. Yeah, I never really thought about the whole name calling of simps and mammies and God knows whatever else, male identified and um female sensitive and all this other kind of stuff. I
Yeah.
never really thought about it as a conspiracy, but it is a
Sex,
cultural conspiracy.
right? Sex positive and gender this and I mean gender neutral, gender forward, gender. Man, there's so much stuff going on with gender. I don't know what
Oh
people
my
talking about
God.
anymore.
Yeah, I never
And
thought about it like that before.
right, and then I keep
Because it
telling
was so
guys,
subtle.
right? I
It
keep
was like a
telling
little step
guys,
here, a little step there. Yeah.
right? I keep telling guys, the missing ingredient in all of this is love. You don't love the black woman. That's your problem. That's why all of this is coming down on your head. That's why they running around here talking crazy because you don't love them.
And if you did, you would become more powerful. And so there's a
Exactly.
concentrated effort to prevent that from happening. Because
Right.
a
If
black
you
man
love
can't
them,
go nowhere if he doesn't love his woman.
exactly. If you love them, you'll be
He's
running around here
lost in
saying,
the wilderness.
Right. If you love them, you wouldn't run around saying stupid stuff like pump it, dumping these bees, pump it. I mean, that is the most retarded. How can you, as a man, how can you not be
Yeah,
embarrassed by that? I'm sorry, man. That every time I
it's
think it,
spiritually
I get
stagnant.
triggered. I get triggered by it every time I think it. How could you put out something that retarded, bro?
Every
And why
time
is it?
Black Knight sings that song, you make me start
Brooke,
laughing. I
oh
start
man,
dying.
Brooklyn, you know how I get back. I can't stand. How can you put something out that retarded and backward? You understand what I'm saying? And you don't get any pushback. Where's the push? How come there ain't 100 dudes over there pushing back on these dudes for that nonsense? I mean, that was one of the most retarded displays. I, oh man, oh man,
It's because
I just, huh?
people really like this
It,
that appeals to them.
And then they doing the Pee Wee Herman like they setting some kind of cool president.
what?
Yeah, I didn't think about it. Yeah, that song does look a lot like the Pee Wee Herman.
Yeah, like the Pee Wee
Oh,
Herman.
Dum, 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 dum,
See,
dum.
they feel that they're standing. You see, them, the manosphere, they feel that they're standing on some kind of precipice. You understand what I'm saying? And it's supposed to be change at the bottom of that precipice. Okay, so you sitting up there on that long cliff and you looking down at the arrangement at the bottom, and you think that the arrangement is in your favor, but it isn't. You understand? Who was that? In the back there?
That's Bro Speak. Hey, Bro
Oh,
Speak.
okay, yeah.
hi,
Right.
Broski.
Hey, Mella, how you doing? Hey, Dame, Charlene.
I
Hey,
love it
Matt.
when Mel. I love it when Mel come
Hey.
up here. I love when Mel come up here. We start wordsmithing.
Oh, okay, thanks, Bro Speak, for the radio station. Next time I'm going through Houston or going to Houston, I'll know where to turn to.
Yeah, 102.1.
Hey
Thank,
Mel, you
thank.
notice that when you come up here, we start wordsmithing.
Nah, you already do that. It ain't me.
I like doing it when you come up here though, because you get me started. Yeah, so you'll say,
Nah,
a
nah.
word
No,
like
quiet
what's
as it's
this?
kept. You introduced me to some like you were talking about Margaret Sanger, and you were showing some of the literature, and
Mm-hmm.
so I was introduced to some new words as well. So yeah, it ain't me,
What did you
man.
say? What did you say
I'm
tonight?
I'm
You
hanging
said,
around to learn.
what did you say tonight? You said a word that I like. I can't remember what you said.
Transcendent.
No, not that one. A word before that. You said a word before that.
Well, there's always the playback.
Wordsmith?
Transcendent. I guess if you eat a burger, right? You know, you had them old white boys from the Doobie Brother days eat cheeseburgers, talking about they were transcendent, smoking weed and popping quaaludes.
hmm Yeah, that song that you played the first one, that Dame played the first one, that was that's the only word that came to mind. I'm not even sure I know what that damn word means. I just knew that it was more than powerful.
Yeah.
It was more than powerful. And that's
It's
the
like
only
a
word I could come up with.
it's like a woman's personal anthem. Okay, you can take that song and you can say,
No, it's
hey,
not. That's the thing. It's not just for women.
uh,
That's why I said it was transcend because that's for people in pain. That's a
uh-huh.
pain song. That's not a woman's a woman's cry. That's a
Oh, you know what?
pain song.
I just realized when she said baby mama drama, that can go for guys too, right? Guys can
Yeah,
say they tired of their baby mama drama too, right? Or the
yeah,
baby, yeah. You know,
yeah. But a lot of brothers, if they are concerned about being referred to as a simp, they're not going to admit that they can relate to that song.
oh, I don't care nothing about being called nothing.
Not
You know what I'm
you. I'm
saying?
talking. I'm
Yeah,
talking about
uh, oh, weak ass
I'm
dude.
talking about brothers
Yeah,
that are concerned about being labeled You know, they won't admit that some of these songs actually mean something to their heart.
They do.
You
They
know.
powerful, man. And me and Dave had a segment. We haven't done it in a while, but we are the originators of it. So if you hear it somewhere else, right, they stole it from us. We do a segment called Song Life, right, where we play a song and we break down what the song means. You see what I'm saying? When we came out with it, other people tried to copy it, and Classic Ruby and them flat out stole it. Okay, and so they were playing songs and talking about what they mean. Like how do they apply to your life? You know what I'm saying? And so we were the first ones to do that. We haven't done it in a while. We'll probably bring it back at some point. It'll probably be
Yeah.
on Dave and the Black Knight show.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Dave, did we
That's a
break
good
down
idea.
Tired? Dave, we never did Tired, did we? Old lady. Okay, Dave was probably out driving a motorcycle again. But yeah, but like I was saying, right? And so the song
So,
about Let's Stay Together,
mhm.
they don't want to play that. Listen to what that woman called that man her champion and her Superman.
Yep.
And then he came right back and acknowledged her and what she does for him in his life. That's power. That's love. He right on cue with his woman. That's what it's all about right there. There's your black couple. There's your black family. There is your black nation right there. That's what it's about.
It reminds me of the days of dancing, stepping to music. You know, the tempo of that music is perfect for a couple to dance to. Perfect. You know, if you know stepping, if you know how to step, um,
Yeah.
that's perfect stepping music.
I
Yeah.
saw R. Kelly do Step in the Name of Love. That looks like the old hustle. I think
It
they
probably
modified it a
is.
little bit. Yeah,
It
yeah. I
it
think they
probably is.
modified it.
Yeah.
They
My
hustle.
I know my father didn't call it stepping, and that's all that's how he danced, but he didn't call it stepping. I think he did call it something else. But he didn't call it stepping. Yeah.
These kids now, the way they dance, you got to be an athlete.
Yeah. That sounds like
I mean,
breakdancing.
yeah, they back flipping and jumping up in the air and all that. And when we dance, we stayed on the ground.
Oh
When
God.
nobody flying through the air and
They doing acrobatics.
yeah, when nobody flying through the air, jumping over people, and when nobody doing that. Now they flying through the air. I mean, they on some wild. And it's cool to look. I'm not saying it's bad. It's cool to look at. I mean, it looks fantastic. I mean, it's really amazing the way some of these dance moves.
But
Huh?
but it's not the same as a man embracing a woman and they are,
Absolutely.
moving harmoniously together. It's not the same.
Yeah. You see,
Yeah,
when we
they've been doing
when
too
I
much.
had when I had the show, the midnight show, the love show called uh something. I can't remember what. Dang, help me out. Man. I had a love show that came on at night. That would come on, Saturday night. And I would put my baritone voice on, be like, "Hey, everybody, it's time for
Are
My
there
bad.
some love tonight."
are there any love songs out there that ask a man to be forgiven for cheating on his woman? I can't think of
Um,
any right now. Oh, baby,
is it
forgive
There's
me.
a
any?
I didn't
bunch
mean to
of
do
them.
that.
Is
There's
it?
a bunch of them.
Is
Right?
it? Is it?
Usher doesn't he? Didn't he
Is
Usher?
it?
It's
Is it
like,
Lenny Wilkins?
like there's a bunch of them.
You know what? I'm gonna
Yeah.
tell you one. I'm gonna tell you one that Charlie Wilson made. Y'all may not be able to handle it though. It's way out there, man.
Is this
It's
the?
like crazy, huh?
I'm trying to think of the one you're talking about because I think
I'm talking about
I
the
think.
one called. I'm talking about the one called No Words.
Oh yes,
That shit is
yes,
out, yo. Yo,
man.
that shit's super heavy, y'all.
Yep. Yes,
You think they can
man.
handle that? Hey, Dave,
Yeah.
That
Oh
would
my
that would
gosh. Look who's in the chat.
are you ladies game?
Yeah, we can handle that. Go ahead,
Who's
play it.
who's in the chat?
Who in the chat?
Brandy.
I mean, that idiot. Hey, Randy, come on up here. Wait, a minute, let's play this song first. You can bring your dumb ass up here.
Yeah, besides, I'm gonna
please
need someone to unblock him.
not right.
No, don't block him. Let him bring his dumb ass up here. Not yet though. Hey, dang, play Charlie Wilson. No words. Let's see if the ladies can handle this, yo. Charlie, deep man.
Yeah, that was a powerful song, man.
That was powerful, man. Even the brothers was like, damn.
Yep.
But see, they couldn't stop Charlie though. You know what I'm saying? Because Charlie whole style was black love. So
Yeah,
they had to promote him
I think.
regardless. Uh
Yeah,
huh.
once he got away from saying like shorty and all that,
Uh huh.
when he stopped
Yo.
doing that all the time, that's when he really started taking off.
Then he made "There Goes My Baby" and all that. I mean,
Yes.
I thought the rendition of "Burn Rubber on Me" between him and Usher, I thought that sucked, man. I did not like that rendition at all. I think Usher messed it up. Then you got it.
Yeah, you ready?
All right, y'all check this out. Y'all ready? Mela, Charlene, y'all live or what?
Yeah, go ahead, play it.
Mela, you there?
Yes.
Well, let's see Mela there. All right, dang traffic.
I don't think that was about cheating, but I would say that was the best song you played all night. That song was powerful. I loved
Hmm.
it.
Yeah, and he's saying it from the woman's point of view.
Yeah, he's singing from the that kind of threw us off at first, but he's actually singing it from the woman's point of view.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, that song was good. I love that song. I could
Hmm.
listen to it 2 or 3 times. That was
Yeah,
Remember the
beautiful.
Bella? She fell off.
She's
I
back.
think no,
I
she
came
not.
back.
I think I heard that song before,
Did you
Yeah,
though.
hear it,
I,
it's
Bella?
song like
I've never, I've never heard that song.
You
you
never
never
heard? I heard
heard
that
it.
song before.
I
Wow.
never.
Oh
I
my god!
know, right? Am I
Now,
living under? Uh,
Oh my goodness! It
Right?
was a scene. They
am
were
I
playing
living?
that
Am
song
I
so
living in a tower or something? I mean, I've never
no,
heard that
What makes
song. That's
it
crazy.
what makes it so powerful is that he's singing from the woman's point of view.
yeah.
Yeah, that song was
That's what makes it so
powerful.
powerful. Yeah,
Do
I
you
mean,
know
he's
if
like,
men
huh?
if men actually did what he was saying in the
Yeah,
song? Like
yeah.
you will make a woman feel so happy, and you
Can
will
you
get to
get the?
experience that joy within the woman.
Can you
and you'll
take
be
care
in
of
a
business
nice
sometime?
relationship too.
Can you take out the trash sometime? Can you get in the kitchen and wash the dishes sometime? Can you send a bouquet of flowers sometime? Can you act like you a woman? So I mean, all these things men have been guilty of.
Mhm.
You know, when I go to the supermarket, like I don't always go to a fancy supermarket. Sometimes I go to supermarkets in Hispanic neighborhoods, and what I've noticed is that there are men, specifically on Sundays. Well, no, it could. I'm trying to figure out. It's sometime during the weekend. It's either Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. But I see men buying those bouquets that are displayed near the. They have them placed near the. What do you call that?
Flowers.
The compartmental. No, no, it's not a section. It's like right there at the conveyor belt. Like
Hmm.
like don't
Oh,
forget to think about your
I
wife.
know what you're talking about. I know what
Right,
you're
and
talking about.
they
Yeah.
got they got the little pots hanging off the side, like how they have a display of candy and gum and stuff for the children. Well, they also have flowers and what it sounds like. Don't forget about your loved ones or something like that. Like they're encouraging people to remember the
Hmm.
love. You know, like have just let your significant other know that you were thinking about them. It doesn't have to be now see, this is the thing about women, right? Some women, depending on what level of hurt they've experienced, there's really she's gonna have to just heal from that, because there are some women you can bring them flowers and they'll look at you like, okay, you obviously apologizing in advance. They'll look at it negatively. And so I like this song saying that you don't have to say a word, because a lot of times people will mess up a relationship by voicing uh un undue suspicion just because they have the mental issue. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
It's like a
So,
lot.
so Mella, I wanted to speak on that. So I was thinking about that too. When I received like roses and flowers from my ex-husband, right? It would be the times when he was cheated on me. So it was like a guilty thing, you know?
Yeah, they call it. My mother-in-law calls them repentance flowers, and but in other cultures they don't look at it like that. They just, they say thank you, baby, and they put it in the vase, and like this is their thing, right? I know this one particular couple, and their thing is that the fresh flowers get replaced every week for the centerpiece of the dining table, and it's his responsibility to remember that. And
Mm.
if and so that way there's none of this, oh, I'm suspicious because you brought me home flowers. Like, no, that's a part of his love language. And then her love language, I'm trying to figure out what she remembers to do. She remembers to do something that's meaningful for him as well. So, successful couples, they communicate what their love language is, as opposed to just springing stuff on them, where, it's like, okay, you must be doing this because you guilty about. So what are you looking for? What do you want? Why are you buttering me up? All that, it's like, I think the fact that it's a conspiracy that love is being erased from the psyche of our people, that we are more prone these days to be suspicious when somebody's kind to us, even if they are a loved one. I find that to be awful. I find that to be awful that there's a conspiracy to erase love
Yep.
from our culture. I find that to be
Yep.
awful.
And also manhood. They don't
Yeah,
want any more real men.
They're definitely, and see, they're using it under the guise of the effemination of the black man. Not necessarily. It's like it doesn't have to be, one or the other. It is like love can actually exist between a heterosexual couple. Like they're making it seem like love only exists with gay guys now. Because no, they are, because gay guys they're not practicing hate talk with each other. I've listened to it online and I'm just like, these guys, they laughing and joking and reviewing movies and they talking about going skiing and rock climbing, but heterosexual couples amongst our culture, we talking about simps and mammies. And so it's like it's a conspiracy for us to hate each other and not reproduce.
And trying to find justifications for cheating on a woman that you're in a committed relationship with.
Yeah.
Yeah, even gay couples don't go for that. Even gay couples don't go for them cheating on each other. I mean, what the heck?
Well, I mean, I got a whole lot of problems. I'm gonna stay away from that.
Yeah,
there's a whole lot.
That's a whole can of worms over there.
I got a whole host of problems.
Yeah, I don't agree. I don't agree with that lifestyle. I don't agree with that choice. What I will say is that it's really curious how they've gotten so much power to the point where you can't even use certain words online.
You know how they got that power?
How the hell did they get that kind of power?
You know who gave them that power?
White people.
And this is the only thing that I actually blame black women for. Black women gave them that power.
Okay.
I gotta hear this.
All right, hold on. Adding chaos reign.
Black women gave them that power. Black women, especially back in the 70s, they came through black women. It was black women who were out in front saying that there was nothing wrong with it. It was black women that were pretending right along with them that there was nothing wrong with their mind.
Right.
You're right. Let me finish. Okay. I witnessed black women talking about, calling them she. Okay. Calling them she when they know that they're men. Okay. And then, changing logic. Talking about, well, they feel like that, they born like that, ain't nothing wrong with it. There is something wrong with it. They came through black women, and then check this out. The black women will hold the men back, all right, and tell the men ain't nothing wrong with it. Okay, lead them alone. Don't go and beat them up. Don't chase them out of the neighborhood. Okay. It was the black women actually protected them from men who didn't want them in the neighborhood, didn't want them around kids. It was black women that got in the way of men chasing them out of the neighborhoods. Okay?
Preach.
Because they corrupt little children. Why do you think they're going after these kids? They teaching kids how to use anal condoms. They teaching kids about sex, about transgenders and homosexuals. They got androgynous cartoons. Who do you think that's aimed for?
Can I say something, Max?
Sure. Yeah, go ahead.
Hi, Cam.
I have to push back, and here's why. As a state and this European man push this, our women are only perpetuated because of this environment. but overall, it's the man that pushed this because he's going to put laws in place protecting the cause more the confusion. So I had to push back that it's not the woman that sit there gave these people the power. That's a lie. It's this
No. That's not what I. Right, I
Well, no,
understand what you're talking about.
that's what I want to lay out. To give grace to women in regards to that. Not regardless of it now being pushed. Yes, the women do protect it, and at times I don't like it. But still, at the end of the day, as a man, we have to be firm. Say we don't accept it, and when we're either going to accept it or not.
Right.
You get me?
Black women. Right.
That's my only issue, Max. That's why some things.
Oh boy.
Because think about it. I heard stories in Chicago, especially back in the 90s, where if anybody was found doing something and they were that life, something was going to happen to them.
Well, I'm trying to explain to you, Chaos. What I'm trying to explain to you is this, right? We know white people pushing it, okay? We know the white man is pushing it, okay? We understand that. But you see, if it's not accepted in your community, right, then he can't push it. Yeah. They came into the black community through the black woman.
He's saying
that's where they got their power from.
He's saying that we, not myself, accepted but black women empowered them to think it's normal.
Exactly.
And then they eventually got power through legislation because they felt empowered.
And then check this out. Wait a minute, hold on, dog. Okay. And every time they wanted one of these cock and made me laws to get passed, who did they have up there with them? Black women.
I know. Yeah.
That stupid, that crazy, murderous law that they passed in New York, so that a woman can have the right to terminate a pregnancy even if the baby is alive on the table. Where do you think that came from? And who was the face of that?
What?
Yeah. Oh, y'all didn't hear about that law?
No, I'm not.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. I thought it was up to 5 months pregnant.
When Governor Cuomo was out there with them black women pushing that law, talking about a woman's rights, talking about she can terminate the pregnancy even if the baby is alive on the table. And to check this out, they trying to go even further than that. Hold on, dog. Hold on. Check this out. They're trying to even go further than that. They got a law now that they're trying to introduce that will give the woman the right to terminate the pregnancy even up to the age of 5.
Oh, I need somebody pull some validation for that.
That's ridiculous.
Somebody got to pull that up because I got to look.
How about this in Texas, right? There's a law in Texas where a 9-year-old girl could go in and buy contraceptives and prophylactics without her parents' consent.
Yeah, I've been hearing about that. Yeah, I've been hearing about that.
Really?
Yeah, I've been hearing about. Yeah.
Wait. She can't buy cigarettes, but she can buy condoms.
No. Yeah, she can buy contraceptives, prophylactics.
She can't buy
control.
A bottle of
birth control products.
But she can buy birth control. Damn.
Birth control products. Yeah. Without her, she don't need her parents' consent. And now, who do you think is behind the 3-year-old consent laws? Homosexuals. I keep trying to tell people homosexuals.
I'm afraid of where this is going. I'm afraid of where this is going.
I'm saying, man, that's why I tried to tell you. I got a whole lot of problems. Okay, I don't see them as no jolly, good people. As far as I'm concerned, they're demons. Okay, they're here to corrupt our children and turn turn society inside out. And first of all, homosexuality ain't got nothing to do with love.
Right.
It's about disgusting, raunchy sex. That's the only reason why they get together. They don't love each other. It's about sex.
Well, that's, I'm floored.
Hey, Mama Ray.
Look up the pregnancy termination law in New York State, in the state of New York, where a woman can terminate the pregnancy even if the baby is alive and on the table, outside the womb, already alive, living on its own, breathing on its own. She can still choose to terminate the pregnancy.
That is sick. That's the most sickest shit I heard.
And who you think was behind that? Your neighborhood LGBTQ. Why do you think they got rid of? Why do you think they got rid of Irritated Genie? He was exposing all of this stuff. And they tried to send Dr. Umar Johnson in to shut him down.
Really, truly, they got rid of Irritate Genie because they changed the policies of YouTube to the point where now, if you even go far now, you could possibly lose your channel now at this point.
Yeah.
Because remember, every fourth quarter, and I'm gonna be honest with you, this time we are on YouTube, it's not gonna last because they're gonna be just like television soon. Because every time when they tighten up, and what we were saying right now, it's good now. But I tell people they better have some other outlets because they're gonna eventually shut this down and a lot of our channels for certain language.
The problem with all of this is that black people are sitting by twiddling their thumbs, watching movies, talking about pumping and dumping, and doing overall stupid stuff. They're not fighting back. They're not pushing back. So as long as you don't push back, they're gonna do whatever they want to do. They're gonna run amok on you. You see, there's certain things that you ain't gonna see in the white community because white people ain't trying to hear it. Do you know in the white community it's almost impossible to fire a teacher? Did anybody know that?
I mean, well, if they're in the union, yeah, they're very much protected. If they're in the union, yes, you can't fire.
It's nearly impossible to get a teacher fired in the white community.
Yeah.
Because white people will come out and rally behind that teacher. Right?
Yeah.
And plus,
in the Hispanic community, it's nearly impossible to fire a teacher. In the black community, you can get any kind of teacher fired. They don't care. Because they don't care about our education. That's why they're in our schools now with all this sick and sadistic and twisted sex talking about, oh, it's just for their education. Anal condoms. Come on, man. Sex education, when I was growing up, nobody talking about no anal condoms or, about no transgenders. That wasn't sex education.
Yeah.
And then all of these androgynous characters on these cartoons and these video games where you can't tell the gender one way or the other. You don't know what the character is. You don't know if it's a female or a male. That's by design because they want the child to be confused. They want the child to think that they're gender fluent. They can be either or. They're weaponizing your own children against you.
Oh my God.
I tell you what, if they get that 3-year-old age consent law passed, I want to see what people are going to say then. And they serious about that shit.
Oh, you mean like it's actually another law that leads into the pedophile bill they were trying to enact back 3 years ago because I did content as one of my first few videos on YouTube back in 2019 with the help of what's his name, Dr. Raina Short. And he showed me the list in the bill, well, somewhat bill, but a list of people that signed off it. And major politicians, including Maxine Waters, put a signature on it. Because they're trying to open floodgates of, because think about it. I want people to hear me good. Homosexuality, the stage of making everything a possibility has been now beyond the past now. Now the last stage is to make pedophilia, which is one and the same. And a lot of people push back and say, well, you can't say homosexual and pedophilia are the same. Yes, it is. Where do you think most of your children get terrorized?
And here's the other thing too. A man that molests his boys is also, he ain't just a pedo, he a homosexual.
Bingo. AKA Dwight Howard's older son.
But everybody's scared to make that connection. He's having sex with males.
It's not scared. They know. They know, Max, but they want to admit it because it doesn't come clear. They know.
Yeah. He's a pedo, but he's also a homosexual.
Yes.
And now, now they got this horde of biological monstrosities running down on people talking about, call me ma'am. He's so 6 foot, Frankensteins with these wigs on, yelling at people, screaming at people, call me ma'am, call me miss.
Oh,
And
yeah.
if you don't call them, you're gonna get in trouble. They say they're trying to put bills in place so you can't use the word gay now. I'm telling you, man, they're closely
A bunch of
the
horde.
floodgates of hell right now.
There's a horde out there of biological monstrosities of humanity. Modern day Frankensteins. Playing this pronoun game.
I don't know if you saw the comment that was left on Max. I think when my mama rang, she wrote something about him twice, something about a black
What did she say?
A black woman can't do all that but not get the crowd act pass in the house. Black have no power.
No, we're not talking about on the legislature. We're talking about in the communities.
Yeah, because the community
was done. The damage was done. The damage was done in the communities. Okay.
Yeah.
It was the black women. And don't get me wrong. This doesn't mean that I hate my sisters. I just think that they made a mistake.
That's a hell of a mistake.
Yeah, they made a mistake. And they made a mistake in accepting this. They got caught up in it. They got caught up in it. Instead of rejecting it, they got caught up in it.
Yeah.
But my biggest issue, Max.
It's kind of hard for some women to reject their sons or a close family member that are like that.
Yes, they could.
Probably how it started,
Yes, good.
And I understand that because the mother's love is very, very strong. That's why I'm not really like going in on them because I understand they got caught up. But I just believe that they made a mistake.
I know someone did.
It goes to show Max, if the man was still strong and present in the household, a mother's strong love's gonna be strong, but a man's laws gonna be ordered and say, yeah, but I love you, son, but you had to make a decision. You get me?
But they put a kibosh on. They put a kibosh on that too, because they would defend their son against the father.
Right.
Yeah.
And let's face it, if you love your wife, you're not gonna go against your wife. You're not gonna do it.
Right. And so
you're not gonna do it. I don't care how strict, how you want to run this dude out there. If that woman loves her son, she's not gonna let you do that. So this whole thing, like,
that part,
I mean, it wasn't that they allowed it, but they didn't want to go against their women like that.
Well,
so it's kind of like.
How about and check this out, right?
Maybe with the men, but not me.
With the exceptions of a few knucklehead, backwards ass Negroes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I forgot my man's name, the one that supported Jason Collins coming out of the closet. Okay.
Obama?
Why is there always some kind of event when they do stupid stuff? Huh?
I think it was Obama. Okay, he was president.
No, man. I'm talking about Jason Collins. When he came out of college with some kind of, and then when Bruce Jenner turned into Caitlyn Jenner, he was a hero, heroic. Man, are you kidding me?
She won Woman of the Year in the ESPN Award.
He's backtracking now. He's trying to go back.
Well, you gotta understand, Dean, that was only for a publicity stunt, but he was really in the closet and coming out to hope to get more sympathy and more attention. But the problem is he was not a good player from the start. So regardless, he tried to come back, he was not really worth anybody in the league.
No,
yeah. Cool. Now, much if he had a skill set, then what he came out would have been irrelevant. He could still be playing in the NBA, but because he's not really worth anything, no team take him back. That was just to get attention, just to get some clicks and views. But it didn't really benefit him in his stock in the NBA.
My niece is Regina. She's hold on one second. My niece, right? She's in the LGBT community. She's what you consider a stud. I think that's what they call him, a stud.
Stud.
Okay.
Studs, yeah. Dressed like a dude, yeah.
Right. Okay, now, according to her, because she was telling me this, right? When they break up, right, the girl throws your furniture out on the street.
Okay.
all your furniture gets put out on the street.
Mm-hmm.
So she called me up one day and wanted me to drive all the way to New York to help her get her furniture off the street. So I came over there. She had couches, big screen. I'm like, how'd you get all this on the street? Oh man, my girl. She just broke up. She put it out straight. Wait a minute. Did she have help doing all this? You know what I'm saying? And so, according to them, if a woman is available, she'll have her window open, and her living room would be empty with no furniture in it.
Okay.
And so you look through the window, you don't see no furniture. Just knock on the door. She's available. But if you see furniture, right? But if you see furniture in her window, okay, she has a stud or one of those whatevers. You know what I'm saying? But if she doesn't, her window is open and she got no furniture. So she said they go around the community looking in windows to see who got furniture and who don't. That's how they get their girlfriends. And then when you talk to her, you hook up with her, then you move your furniture in. I was saying to myself, I was like, damn, I need to park a U-Haul truck over there because I can make a lot of money throwing your furniture out on the street and then moving it back in somewhere else.
That's funny.
Man, that's crazy, man.
Fire brigade is trying to put out the blaze.
Oh, what was that? I couldn't make it out.
Kitchen. So I wanted to comment, but I got this background noise from being in the kitchen. But yeah, that makes me think that's what Rent-A-Center is for. Like some stud will find out that somebody ain't got no furniture. It's like I got a Rent-A-Center account or some shit. I don't know, man. This is a whole new world. I don't know what to think about what I'm hearing.
The stuff she used to tell me about their community had me cracking up. Their community is bugged out, man. They pretty much kind of like, they're like us, but they're weirder.
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy, man. Like they do wild, they do wild stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
The same with the GAY community. Shoot, I have a GAY coworker, and the stuff he be telling me, I'll be like, how you even accept this?
Is it true that
think our stuff be bad?
Is it true that
the stories he be telling me, I'll be like, how you allow that to happen, bro?
Oh my God. Is it true that the studs have man caves? They have their own version of man caves. Somebody told me that. I was cracking up.
My niece got her own man cave. Her man cave was off. This is better than mine.
It's
better than mine. I was like, damn, you got pinball machines? Check this out. She told me one day that she got into a fight with another stud, right? I said, well, what do you mean y'all got into a fight? I said, yo, man, I caught her talking to my girl about the phone, about the TV she just bought. So I said, well, why y'all getting into a fight about that? The TV was better than the one I had. Wow. I said, so what is the problem? She said, that's disrespect. Basically, what he tried to tell my girl is, right, I got better furniture than your man got. So why don't you come live with me? Why don't you jump ship? Why don't you drop this zero and get with a hero? I got better furniture.
This is too much. This is too much.
I
don't know if I can listen to this.
Check this out. And they call, hold on one second, Dane. And they call each other mans and shit. I'm like, yo, man, what did you just say to him? Yo, man, this Negro, you know what I'm saying? This strange man tried to get my girl. I said, so a dude can? No, I mean, this other stud. You call the other stud a man? Yeah, that's what we do. What? And so he came to your girl and said, I got a 50-inch screen TV. It's a smart TV with all of the trimmings and and you got an old black and white TV. And so now you mad because you think he's making a pass at your girl? Said, yeah, man. He said, yeah. and actually got into a fight over that. Because one TV was more modern than the other, which suggested that old boy was hitting on her girl.
So
basically, they were doing like tricks would do. Just show the money and, hey, I got all this money. Your man ain't got that. Why don't you come over here?
Yo, check this out, right? I ain't even recognize my niece, man. The last time I saw her, she still looked like a girl. I went to New York to pick her up. I ain't even know what I actually walked right past her. And then I came back to her. I said, yo, my man, can you tell me what's on there? And she said, and she called me, by my name. I said, what? Yo, she had a big flat top. I mean, she was just,
man,
it was, yeah. Yeah, it was off the heezy. And so they got a weird community, man. And the things that they do, it's just weird, man. I'm talking about appliances can get you beat up over there. Like if you ain't got a blender, right? And old boy got a blender. You talking to your girl, yo, I just got this blender. Oh, we ain't got a blender. Well, I got one. Nah, man, you don't get up getting into a fight, yo. Yo, what you talking to my girl about a blender for, dog? Well, it ain't my fault you can't buy your girl what she need. Now they duking it out over a blender. My niece have got into a fight over a blender. She's got into a fight over a TV, a couch, and a pair of Jordans.
Okay. Recenter, right? Like, what would you say made her turn out that way?
Who knows? We were young. Mm-hmm. We were young. She was a tomboy. She was always a tomboy. She used to play football with us, basketball, but we didn't think nothing of it. She wouldn't like.
No. Tomboy, because I was a tomboy and I ain't gay. So
no. I didn't say. No, I'm not saying that we don't know what. I'm just saying she was a tomboy. She played football. We actually got her arms. She could throw the ball. She used to play quarterback, right? And she played baseball. But we never thought nothing about it because she was still acting like a girl.
That's not gonna make nobody gay. What is it? Did she ever tell you, like, when she was attracted to girls?
Nah. I never even asked her either. Yeah. I really don't want to know.
Yeah, because I've been in environments and practices where, by all accounts, I should have turned out to be what would be known as gay. And I'm just not attracted to women like that. I'm just not. And I'll tell you why. Because I came from the type of family that established my gender and my responsibility to my gender. Like, it was established. Mm-hmm. There was none of that, like, oh, look at her, she playing softball. She, it is like, it was never deemed that because I was athletic that I'm going to be attracted to women. So I'm not trying to hear the dumb shit about that. What I need to know, not from you, but from somebody, what the hell is making these gay people turn out? What the hell? What the hell? Because they're growing in numbers, and something is happening. Either it's media influence. They came from a fucked up. Excuse my language. They came from a terrible childhood experience. Something happened to these people. Because you don't.
Like, I'm
all of it.
I'm a favorite uncle.
I think it's all the above.
I'm a favorite uncle, but she's mad at me because I won't let her in my house. You know what I'm saying? And the gay people in my family, I don't allow in my house. They can't. If they come to my house, they got to stand outside. I won't let them in my house.
Damn, X,
No.
you a real G, man. You real strict, man.
No, you're not bringing that demonic. You're not bringing that demonic shit
Max,
in my
that's
house.
being mean.
Huh?
That's mean.
Yeah, but
Hey, listen,
he'll
Max.
still be there to help her if she
Yo, man, God said do not
enter.
enter. God told me not to entertain demons. That's what I'm doing. I'm not. You're not coming to my house with that.
I know the chat
madness.
room not liking this, man, Max. Some women.
They're not genius. She chose that lifestyle. That's her choice.
All right, well, you can let her in your house. Okay.
Yeah, let him in your house.
Yeah, I'm not.
That's his house.
I understand with Max with this one.
But he don't turn his back on her completely. If she
No, I don't
needs
turn my
help,
back on. I help her. Don't get me
Mhm.
wrong. That's my niece. I still love her. If she need my help, I'm gonna go help her. But she can't come in my house. Not while she's like that. Unless
Now,
she's dying or something.
My sister-in-law, well, man, I already identified my sister-in-law. So I guess since I already identified that part, I'm not going to say any details, but I know some details about my sister-in-law's history of child upbringing and things that she had to go through. And she, eventually embarked upon having a wife, right? And that was a whole weird ass concept to me. I was like, I never met any woman that actually says she has a wife. That never happened to me before. And they seemed like a nice enough couple. They weren't, showing public displays of affection in front of me or anything like that. But they let it be known that they're not keeping a secret about who they are. And it was just weird to me. And so she went ahead and explained her history. And also, my husband told me about the history. And so that's why I'm inquiring about what happened to that girl, because they don't just wake up and say, you know what, I want to lick pussy. They don't do that. There is something that happened to that girl.
A lot of things happen to a lot of children, boys and girls, that there's trauma that go into their behavior. That's why when I had to agree with Max and I had to push back in regards to this push of the homosexual agenda, to be honest, that men usually would try to protect and push out some order of any disorder of that nature, where potentially these children will possibly come out to be your next future either pedophiles or homosexuals. But like I said, the women had the compassion to say, no, you will not. And men resist. Some men, but I tell you,
that's a good question, Mella, because I couldn't tell you. I don't know what be happening to them.
It's a whole lot.
I already know. I already have an assumption what really happened to him. But at the end, it is their responsibility if they choose to get the proper help. You get me? You can't just sit there live a life like that and think your life is good. You get me?
Well, they don't think nothing wrong with them. See, that's the problem. They don't think nothing
Well,
wrong
to
with
them,
oh, they don't know that because
I don't.
Let me tell you something. The reason
Damn.
why the community,
I guess I can't be heard. Sorry.
The community.
Chaos, hold on.
That's what I'm gonna say.
Chaos, hold on one second. Let Mella speak. Go ahead, Mella.
No, I'm cool. I wasn't meant to say it. I'm straight. Go ahead. Y'all go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know how they get like that because we didn't have none of that in the house. My mother and parents, they didn't play that. I told you I had the father. My father told me and my brother straight. You come back crooked, don't come around me no more.
Facts. Get yourself fixed or don't.
And he wasn't playing.
And he wasn't playing. And I wish we had more men fathers like that, man. Be very firm.
My parents did not play, man. We couldn't bring no white folks home, and you better not come back crooked.
Yeah, you better not come back gay.
My sister-in-law, she was abused by a stranger to the point where she just turned into a gay woman after that experience. Yeah. She turned gay after being abused. And
trauma.
Trauma. Especially sexual abuse.
That's what I was getting to. Like a lot of these women, they, from what I understand, I think that they experience, as you say, trauma to the point where they think they're safer or better off in a same gender relationship that they can control.
Yeah, but that's based on fear. That's not based on a desire. It's just fear. And usually those type of
I don't
relationships
know
don't
what you.
last very long.
Well,
They don't
I
last
don't
long
know. I
because
don't
they
know
don't.
about.
That's not what they desire. They're doing it out of fear. They're not doing it out of desire for the same gender.
Yeah, my parents, man,
I
it was
think
on
I
some.
think
It was
that's the
all.
same way
My,
with
It's all
body
based on
rape.
somebody being
And that
assaulted. They were being assaulted and abused to the point where they decided to become gay.
the thing about it is, I don't know. You see, I'll be tripping about some of these Christians, right? Because I don't understand how you can read Leviticus, right, and see how the Creator feels about this. You sitting there talking about something. Well, the Creator is wrong. What?
No, that's institutions tell them not to go by the Old Testament. That's why if you look at the church, if you look at the church now after the 60s, Max, they had to reform everything because they knows the church was passing their message to really get people in line.
Well, right now they got demons in the church calling themselves pastors. They got gay pastors in the church now.
Pimps.
You know, with all this demonic crap. You know, talking about, no, that's wrong. You interpreted it wrong. It don't mean that. What it means is, man, get out of here with that, man.
You know what? You know why they say that? Because they go by this thing called prosperity gospel.
Black people got to stop being spooks. Okay? Stop being a freaking spook, you know, and handle business. Get up in these people's face and say, look, get this demonic crap out of here.
Who's this Michael Hood D784? He's trying to get in. Is he in the backstage name?
No, he's not. No. Don't let him up. Get him out of here. Kick him off the other thing. Got no time for that. Got no time for that.
Okay, Mike.
But no, you see, and then like some of my family members understand me. Some are against me. You know, some of my friends are with me. Some of my friends are against me. I'm sorry. You're not coming in my house with that. Okay? I'm not entertaining demons. You're not crossing my threshold with that madness.
Yeah. You're right. You're right.
I don't know. I don't know how I would feel.
Interestingly enough, I have a cousin who came out and stuff like that. She just anyway. She said something interesting in a family, you know, group Zoom thing. She's not, even though she's gay, she's a lesbian. She's not part of the alphabet group. She said she's not into the political thing and stuff like that because she's black first and stuff like that. She said she'd been a black woman long before she was gay. And she don't like the agenda that they pushing. She said that they pushing out there in the political world, and so she don't consider herself part of that alphabet.
And you know something? A lot of them don't have no respect. Okay, they don't have no respect. They think they're privileged and they can do whatever they want. They do raunchy things in front of kids, in front of families. If you say something about it, they'll jump on you talking about, I do that, and they'll cuss you out.
I've never seen them do anything in front of children.
I've seen
I would
it.
be upset.
Oh no, they will do things on children.
Oh yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it.
Oh, pull up let me see, what's that theme they were calling where they had the cross-dressers in the library, and in some of those libraries they were doing
that happened. That happened in Houston.
You know, you could do some better, Dane. You know, if you could look up, if it's still on YouTube, there was this song these widows made. Someone said, "We're gonna convert your children." I don't know if anybody caught that. Remember that? What's his name? Brother Speak. When I said,
I remember that song.
Yeah, well, that shit was rampant in the internet. I don't know if it still exists, but they were making a declaration of war, said we're gonna confuse your children regardless of what you say.
Yep.
Yeah.
They had that song out there.
Yeah, and a lot of people they was getting bad.
Hey, Mike Hood, stop spamming the chat, bro.
Hey, wait, is this guy got a troll account? I think he's hacking YouTube, man. Let me see this shit. How is he able to do that? Yeah, he's hacking the system. Must be.
Get him up out of here before you get my channel blocked. Oh, that's spam. You can't spam like that, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, I hit him.
Yeah, I did it too. Yeah.
Wait, let me
So
refresh
now-
my thing.
So now I'm reporting him.
No. Spamming the chat, man. You can't be doing that, bro.
Yeah.
They'll take you down for that.
I don't know where he get.
He doesn't handle rejection very well. My God.
No.
Just because you can't get on the panel, you tripping?
Yeah.
But you see, these are kind of conversations that it's tough for people to have because people who support them don't want you to not support them.
Yeah. I'll tell you, Max.
Okay.
Black men got their hands.
If you don't support them, it's a problem. And the people that support them, once they find that you don't support them, they're coming for you.
Exactly. You notice that? Should they were coming.
I mean, they're coming for you on some. You wrong. You shouldn't do that. That's just this and that. And look, this is how I feel. I have a right to feel the way I feel. No, you wrong. Don't be that way. I'm not saying I hate them. I'm just saying I don't agree. No, that's wrong. I mean, they be straight coming for you. It won't stop.
They would say, you gotta accept my lifestyle. I'm gonna push this on you. You can't say nothing negative about me, about this, that, the third. Matter of fact, they feel that and both say that you must accept their craziness, even to point.
Right, I mean, if you want to support them, that's your prerogative. I'm not saying you can't support you don't want to support. Don't sit up and try to beat me in my head and make me support it too.
But no, but Max, you got to understand that's the point. They go after people that don't support them because it needs to feed the narrative. You gotta be compliance because the state backs them.
One of them had the nerve to call me a homophobe, and I said no. I said so. He got surprised. Oh, yo, so what? You a proud homophobe? I'm like, yep. That's out of here, man.
They should know by now. If they know your channel, you accept being called a simp, and you tell them to pass it. You accept them saying you caping. You say, "Pass me the cape."
But if you talk about homosexuality, they say, "Oh no, you go out to accept this, Mister Max."
I mean, and you know what? And black people are being bullied by them. They're bullying black people. They just straight up bully. I'm telling you, black people got to stop being spooks. You're afraid to say something to them. You're afraid to talk about it. You're afraid to push back.
Yeah. Because this government, the state gives them a lot of power.
And they bully, and they bullying black people.
But they should, because we give them too much power. We got pushed back one way or the other.
Me and my wife was in Outback one time, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's about a group of homosexuals came and sat next to a table across from us, right? And they were loud and crazy, raunchy, talking about giving each other fellatio. There were kids sitting at the table in front of me and my wife. There was a family, and then this white dude said, "Hey man, I'm here with my kids. We don't care nothing about your kids. This is a free space. We that, this, and that." And we was like, "Excuse me. I mean, can you not use that language over here?" The F we, I mean, they cussed us all out.
Fuck. Wow.
Yeah, that's.
But they're very much brave. Say, if what, so what? Do something. I'm daring you to do something. They
don't want to. They don't want to play that game.
Oh, trust me, Max. If they said, so what? Because they want something to happen, so you better do something. You get me?
And then check this out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now they get to the point now to where they want to come in women's bathrooms. If they feeling like a woman, they want to come to women's bathrooms. Yes. You got these dudes getting these sex change operations just so they can join MMA and beat up women.
Yeah, that's some crazy. Make some money and play sports.
Yeah,
that's really for women, so they could dominate.
That dude Fallon Fox beat that woman until he cracked her skull, bro.
Yeah, brother, it's just ridiculous. And the funny thing, the MMA allow it, which I find it very bizarre. So a man has more strength than women.
Yeah, I know. And then he had another. Check this out after the match. He had another set talking about, well, as a transgender, I'm at a disadvantage. What?
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
When that woman,
this is some type of lunacy
That's insanity.
This is the type of lunacy that's being allowed today.
Yeah.
This is the kind of lunacy that's being allowed today.
Yeah.
This is absolute lunacy.
Yeah, he was saying that after that woman beat him in that match, and he was saying that, you know, as a woman and stuff like that, with the female hormones, I am weaker, and we're like, you fighting against another one. But yes, but she always been a woman.
Weaker
so
my
she's used
ass.
to it. And I'm like,
women, don't y'all fall for that crap. That's still a man.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Don't y'all fall for that. Ain't no weak or nothing. He still has all his strength. Okay?
All the body muscle and all that stuff.
Yeah, it's just that girl has some good trainers, and they train.
But you know what? The woman that beat him, she was trained by 6 dudes. They taught her how to beat him. And she wore his punk ass out.
Yeah.
Dislocated that shoulder.
Dislocated his shoulder, messed his knee up. She wore his punk because the guys trained her. They taught her how to beat him.
But still, Max, I don't really approve of these weirdos in certain sports anyway in the long haul because she might be able to beat this confused dude, but they're not gonna beat all of them if they all want to round up and go into that hardcore. You get me? Because they will kill. It's going to take one instant when they kill somebody.
Holly,
I can't hear you. You're breaking up.
Very starting it. And if you all can hear me, doesn't know you're a smaller person. I forgot what it's called though.
Well, when you were a smaller person, you fight a big person. You definitely want to focus on
the body.
Yeah. You definitely want to focus on knees, ankles, and stuff. The easy way to beat a giant is to get a giant off his feet.
Yeah.
Once he's off his feet, then his height and his strength won't matter for nothing. Yeah. But you only have a little window to do damage before he gets back up. You know what I'm saying?
You had to catch him because at times he had to slip up as well. You can't just attack him because he's going to expect that. So one thing, you have to be very tactical when you're attacking. And like I said, if you had to wear them out by moving around and get them tired, that's one way.
There's a martial art that women should learn called Wing Chun. Women should really learn that martial. That's a deadly martial art for women.
Wasn't it a woman that developed it? And if men learn that? Yeah.
It's designed for women, but men can do it too. But women are even better at it than the men are. I seen a man do it. I seen a woman do it. They're way better at it than men are. Okay, that's a martial art women should look into because it neutralizes power and size. See what I'm saying? Because of the balance strikes. You know what I'm saying? It neutralizes power and size. You know. Now one thing it doesn't neutralize, but you see, you can neutralize speed by taking the wind out of somebody. So, but it definitely, neutralizes power and size. But that's an art that women should learn. That's a serious martial art that can be used in situations to save women's lives, especially if you master it. If you become a master at it, man, a dude won't even be able to touch you. Even as soon as he start grabbing you or try to grab you, you're in a whole heap of hell. Hold on, y'all.
Yeah, man. Like I said, man. And at times, I don't really focus on talking about this because I had a blog talk radio for years now. Me and Dawan go back and forth on this, and we find that as problematic years ago. And now we're at the apex of a lot of this stuff now, and it has come to pass now. So now the final stage is pedophilia. And once pedophilia gets its get its way, just like homosexuality, it's actually gonna be a wrap in the West. Cause now we don't have to talk about children, because these children are gonna be terrorized. You can't do nothing unless you're gonna take the law in your own hands. You're gonna see pedophiles now gonna be holding hands with young children and possibly marry them because some that will stop them. Now, tell people many times, once this happens, what you gonna do with the children? We're gonna stop talking about the sake of the children at this point.
Yeah.
Because unless you're gonna take that aggressive stance where most of y'all gonna get locked up, whether men or women, whoever raising your children, boys and girls, you're gonna have to take a stand. Because once you get traumatized, really, and these people not serve no time in jail, you're doing disservice to your babies. And your babies are going to forever live with it. They're going to have dreams, mental illness of the same traumas they face, repeated times. It stays with them because they have messed them up physically and spiritually. And no way to correct that, you're going to have to, you know what I mean? So, yeah. So. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did I miss something in the beginning?
Okay.
No. You said, yeah. I mean, yeah, and yeah. If we don't start trying to do something now, it's going to be to the point where if you try to fight it in, not only you lose your livelihood, you can lose your freedom at this point.
You're not gonna have no freedom because you have to make a conscious decision. Once you know your child got this traumatized and you find the corporate and you send them to the police, they're gonna look at it as nothing because it's like another way of life.
Yeah.
So and here's my thing. That's where they want to take it anyway. Because think about it. What's gonna happen when you know your child got really seriously touched by these weirdos? You're not gonna sit there take a nice calm stance. You're gonna do two things. Either you get this man locked up, or I'm gonna deal with him personally, or her.
Yeah, you heard about the one guy who killed the dude that was in the bathroom with his daughter? I think that happened in Texas.
I never heard that.
Yeah, I think that happened in Texas.
Oh, good.
Yeah, but they're not playing out in Texas, bro.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I think almost all of them happened out in Texas. When they all got killed, I think they all happened in Texas.
Yeah.
Like nobody playing out there, bro.
Yeah.
No, we had a lesbian mayor, and she tried to pass that bathroom law where the men can go in the bathroom. You saw people that you normally would be enemies. They all came together and said, "No, we ain't having that here. No, no way, no." Well, they shot that bill down so quick. It was like,
and you know what? And the sad part about it is, they don't even know that they're putting themselves in harm's way. Okay,
I don't think they care.
But Max, they don't fear that. They don't fear that because look at the laws are put in for homosexuality. If they're protecting them, you think they got fear about any person take some repercussions on them? And people are allowing just homosexuals to go by as is in certain things, even to the point where they're posing their will and say you can't do us nothing. If I can walk up to you and then like you and do something, what are you gonna do? You gonna punch me? You gonna do something? It's gonna be hate speech, hate crime, and all that stuff because they know that they're protected. So it's going to give an example for everybody else that's sick, saying, well, if they're protected, I'm protected too. You don't want to suffer no consequences.
They use a lot of black women, man. That's what's making me angry because a lot of the feminists, back some of these laws and these policies.
Majority feminists are carpet munchers. You know that, Max? Most of your feminists are mostly carpet munchers. You aware of this?
Well, I don't know about all that, but they trying to give black women a bad name, because they're on the face of some of these horrible bills, that are being passed. You know what I'm saying? So, it's just messed up. That age consent law, dude. They trying to cut that shit down to nothing.
Yeah,
they trying to cut. If they get that shit to 3. Because they already hinted that a child can make a decision at the age of 3. I don't know how they found this out.
You mean a sex change? I heard sex change.
No, I don't know about all that. I don't know how they
I
found all
heard
this
some
out.
at a certain age to identify as something else and their gender.
Mhm.
I heard about that. But in regards,
I don't know how a 3-year-old child decides anything. Okay, I don't
know,
even
but
get it.
I know, but that's what they placed there just to open the floodgates for that, to lower the age of consent. You get me?
It's gonna, you know what's gonna happen, man? It's gonna be a bad. I got a funny feeling. It's gonna be a war in this country, and it's gonna be really bad. It's gonna be a lot of bodies.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be a lot of bodies because I think people are gonna get fed up. You know, and you know it's gonna, the floodgates gonna open up all right, but they ain't gonna like what's coming out of the gates. Okay, because you pushing people, man. You pushing people. You forcing people. You know, the man that killed that dude who went to the bathroom with his daughter. Okay, you forced his hand. You know, you let a man go into the bathroom with his little daughter. You know, ain't nobody playing like that, man. You know. All right, y'all. It's late, man. Me and the dame still got to get to bed. We getting ready to shut it down. Dame?
Yes.
Okay. You got the music?
Got the music.
All right, y'all. Thanks for coming up, Chaos. Bro Speak, Brooklyn, Charlene. Shout out to Mella. Shout out to Mama Rain in the chat. We'll probably holler at y'all. What's the day? Going on Wednesday? Probably holler at y'all on Thursday or something, all right? All right, y'all. Peace, power, and unity. Let's get on out of here, Dane.
Peace, power, and unity.
All right. And then after the first verse, just cut the whole stream.
Okay. All right.
Don't let the whole thing play.
Okay. All right.
Peace, power, and unity, y'all.